Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe it? The Wayfarers back after a long hiatus of 47 years. It's been a hot minute, so I'm gonna catch you up here. Give you the short version. Maybe you don't know about our campaign, but it's the fucking best, excuse my language. What happened? There is a big-ass dungeon with way too many rooms with all kinds of foul, evil stuff in it. And 3 adventurers, a barbarian, a rogue, a wizard, cleaned, housed through the dungeon. They cleaned it out, they got the goods to save the village, and they made their way back home, meeting a traveling salesperson zombie called Roger. And once they got back, they were debriefed by the wise people of the city who realized that they needed the Wayfarers to live. What did the Wayfarers need to do to save this foul and corrupted land that's being ruled over by an evil lich? Find out on this episode of Wayfarers.
Welcome back. Finally, it feels like it's been years since our last D&D session, but I'm happy to report that we are back in action and ready for episode 13, I think we said it was 13 of Wayfarers Arc 2. It is fantastic to see everybody. I hope you are all doing well. And yeah, I'm just happy to be back. Pig, Mendex, Neuro, how are you guys doing? What's going on?
Stonefish. What? I'm doing great.
Getting back into character.
Fuck
into
doors.
character.
Yes.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, my name is Khaal the Kinku. I'm a birdbarian, biggest and thickest among birds, and one of the members of the Wayfarers.
It's true. Yeah, that's true. That is correct. Absolutely. I'm happy to see that you still remember your character. Mendax, just so that he doesn't feel left out, why don't you reintroduce yourself too? Because apparently we're doing that, so.
Good evening, I am Mendax. I am a domestic foraging tiefling. And I do enjoy a nice bit of a drink every now and then.
Okay.
Domestic foraging. I like it. I am Nigel, and I am basically the most acclaimed player in the entire land. A wizard known for his magic in and outside of the bedroom. And let's just say there's probably a lot of my progeny running around that I don't even know about. I'm definitely felt the touch of another human in a romantic manner before. And I'm very socially confident and not awkward at all.
I'm trying to reinvent yourself with this reintroduction. I like it.
The formerly virgin wizard.
No, he has to be celibate now because we're in the future, and anyone you touch could potentially be a descendant of yours.
You don't know. It could be. It's true.
Oh.
So unless that's your thing.
Nigel's confidence has leveled up drastically. Go look at episode 1, 2, 3, Nigel, and look at episode, what is this, like 57?
Mendax is onto something. I, by choice, am celibate because by choice. That's it.
You're a very principled man.
What can I say? They're throwing themselves at me, but I must stay above it all.
Yes.
For the sake of humanity.
That's how it is
You must
here.
save yourself.
In the wider world, there are all these hot babes just throwing themselves at Nigel. Oh, please, Nigel, take me out to dinner. And he's like, I can't. I have to go to a dungeon
Can't do
now.
it.
It's tough.
I gotta go kill bandits.
Yep.
It's a hard life.
He could take him out to dinner, one thing leads to another, and then 9 months from now, they've got a 2-headed baby, because this was Nigel's great-great-granddaughter.
What?
Yes. Well,
Wow.
we'd have to avoid that, so... What can I say? That's it. The danger of the 2-headed, you make the beast with 2 backs and you might end up with a baby with 2 heads.
All right, we're just gonna smooth transition back to the campaign. Thank you, Nigel, for that. Appreciate it.
We end up here just from introductions.
Just from intros. You guys have been really just waiting, like I can tell.
All the way into incest and 2-headed baby.
Yeah, that's like record timing for our campaign, actually. That's pretty incredible. God forbid we ever go 2 months without playing the game, because I don't know what the heck we'd look like then.
That's TOS.
Yeah, it would be. We'd get Neuro banned off of Twitch. We don't want that. We don't want that, because then where would the Wayfarers live? So, as a recap, because I'm sure not only we have kind of forgotten maybe some of the specifics and some of the details, but I'm sure all of you out there maybe not up to date on exactly what happened in the last episode. So yes, Jimothy did a fantastic job. We returned from the bandit cave. You guys cleared it out. You're able to get all the way through. You had some horrifying visions at the end. Nigel, you retrieved half of a piece rather of a jade amulet, if I'm not mistaken. That's what you got from that place. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Jade, Control F, Jade.
I think it was jade. I could be wrong. It might have been green.
Green talisman, I believe I've got
Green
it in my
talisman.
inventory as well. Yeah.
That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Yeah, you guys saved a whole bunch of villagers that had been taken captive from the raid. You saved the dwarf. You saved a gnome. You encountered... You did save a dire wolf, or just a regular wolf, rather. It wasn't a dire wolf. You'd probably be dead. You encountered Gothel on your way out, and who knows if he will ever return. We'll have to wait and see. Spoiler alert, episode 16. Don't miss it. And you made it back to the village in one piece. Ran into Roger, the traveling zombie salesman. Mendax bought an eye from him. And somebody else bought something, I'm pretty sure. You bought some mushrooms, Khaal, who's up here on the screen. I think. Yeah, you bought some.
It was a good
death
purchase.
cap
I feel
mushrooms,
good about
if I
it.
Remember. Okay, perfect. And you paid in gold, which he ate. And then you made it back to the village. You were welcomed and hailed as heroes who had saved the day. And you returned the rations, which was your original quest and intention. So now the village will not perish. And then you met Scarla, the prophet, who was out traveling when you first awoke into this future, but had since returned while you were away fighting bandits. She explained to you the prophecy that had been handed down generation to generation over time as hope had slowly begun to fade away, that the Wayfarers would ever awaken once again from their stony slumber in order to defeat the evil wizard / lich Elgain, who now is in control of the land and the continent and everything, and anybody who resists or etc. is not really in a good spot. It's a pretty tyrannical rule. Did I miss anything? I think I got everything there. How are we looking? Note taker, Nigel?
Nope. As always, the archivist needs to come in because you
yes, please.
Your attention to detail has been lacking recently, Great Master of the Dungeon. I also purchased a jar of toenails.
You did. I remember he pushed them on you, but I didn't remember if you actually did buy them. And you did buy those toenails. That is insane that you did that, but very cool. Very happy. Khaal, you were saying something?
Oh, yes. Through my quests and adventures, I did develop the ability to speak wind.
That is not true.
Absolutely. That was my favorite. This has been my favorite arc.
Didn't happen.
Of the
Hasn't
campaign.
happened. Won't happen. Won't ever happen, actually. Because that's not something you can do. Nope. Not a rumor. Nothing. Each of you are level 7. I knew that I was going to have to fight against this today. I come prepared. My resolve is in order. So no, you don't speak wind. You'll never speak wind. But you can speak the elemental plane of air's language, which is different than speaking wind. So there you go. So if you ever meet an air elemental, you can converse with them. Which, how you've done that, that's the one thing. If I could take a quick aside, D&D's rules for learning language make no sense. Why can you do that? In what world would that be accessible for you to learn? That is insane. That's crazy. But there's no rule against it, so I guess you can. Rant over.
That's a long yes.
No, it's definitely not a yes. I'll take it away from you. I'll kill every air elemental in my world if I need to. I don't care.
Whoa.
I'll do it.
Threatening genocide.
This is a cosmic level threat.
I've done worse.
Snapping a pulp down there. It's just...
That's right. They're all gone.
Fair enough.
That wasn't a good snap. There we go. That's a Thanos snap right there. That was even better.
Solid.
Don't try to show me up. You don't need to do that.
Ooh.
We didn't need that. I did a decent snap. We'll take it.
Your snap was very nice, very lovely.
Thank you. You get 2 gold.
Yes.
What?
There you go.
He's a corrupt
Find it on the
DM.
ground. You find it on the ground as you're walking around. Good job, you. I like you. Okay. In all seriousness, does that sound like everything? I don't think I missed anything, but please, if I did, feel free to point it out.
Glorpson brought back my cloak in the night.
Oh, yes, I
That
remember
did not
that.
happen.
That was very heartwarming. We all
I
thought
do
that he
have-
stole from you, but
It was
then he brought
very
it back.
sweet of
No.
him to realize that. the
No,
accident
I don't
that
think.
happened.
Did that happen? Did that happen?
Yes,
What episode
don't
did
you
that
remember?
happen?
He said
They're
it was
all
just
on
a prank.
YouTube.
He said it was
know-
just a prank, and he handed it back to her.
If you just link me the timestamp in the episode where that happens, I would be happy to oblige. Because if I said it, hey, I said it, you know.
Yeah.
But you just show me where I said it, and then
I'll do
sure.
it. We'll just roll with it now, and I'll send it to you after.
I don't know. You know, let's. It won't even matter to this episode, so just make sure you get it to me the next time, and perfect.
Oh, okay, sure, no problem.
Yeah, great, perfect. You can do a lot of things with AI generation these days, though. I will say that, but I don't think you've got the potential.
You don't think I can deepfake you?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Not,
Challenge accepted.
not to get your cloak back. I think you can do it for a lot of other things, but not in a way that would get your cloak back. Who knows? Slorb Glorbson might appear again one day. You know, I never anticipate my NPCs ever showing up again, but sometimes they do. You never know. But any actual questions before we get started?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Fantastic. All right, we'll just pick up pretty much exactly where we left off. So Scarla has just gone through this epic tale of prophecy and how the world has turned to heck because Elgain has risen to power. But the only sliver of hope is that he thinks that you 3 are dead, which clearly you're not. So that's good. But they don't have any answers on exactly how to stop him because he's extremely powerful and he's only gotten stronger. If you remember your first encounter with him, you stood no chance at the time. So he's only gotten stronger in the time since then. It's been hundreds of years. They don't know what he's after, what he's trying to do, but they fear that he is getting close to achieving some objective of his. Take it away. We'll just go rant over from Scarla.
I thought I think you may have said a bit more last time. Can I add that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I think you. Okay, let me.
Oh
me
yes,
consult
you are
archives.
correct. You absolutely are correct. You absolutely are correct.
The legend of a god. Yeah.
Yes, they believe. Yes, that is correct. They believe that he is trying to essentially consume or find and obtain the power of a fallen god.
Yes. A god
And if
fallen
he
from
is-
the skies, right?
Yes, and if they fear that if he is able to accomplish that task, he will truly then be unstoppable, and not even the Wayfarers may be able to take him down at that point.
All right.
This is a lot of information just kind of being dumped on your heads.
So we need to stop the Lich again, but this time not get our ass kicked. And also stop him in a time frame before he reaches godhood.
Yes, that would be good.
Who are our allies?
Ah, well, very pertinent of you to ask there, Khaal. We do have some allies in our resistance. We've not been idle throughout the years, and I have called them to come and meet us in Hope's End. They should be here within the next few weeks, and I hope very well that you will be able to meet them at that time.
Oh, that's great. What kind of peoples are they?
Interesting people.
Oh. I only know bird peoples. tiefling peoples and human peoples and dwarves. And some others. Like Ribbons. He's a goblin.
Hello.
Good work, Ribbons. Keep it up.
Is Ribbons? Yeah, I guess Ribbons is in the room with him.
He's a wayfarer.
Is he though?
He's just a little oily.
Okay. All right.
He's just going through his like internship, but with intent to hire. I think he did very well.
Okay.
Yeah, he joined us specifically for this bandit's dungeon quest, but I guess he wasn't officially brought on to be a permanent member of the team, but what's he gonna do now? Ribbons, what will you do now?
Well, I assume I will tend back to my medical work if there are patients.
Hmm.
Or, yeah, I don't... The commander only asked that I assist you in this specific quest. Unless, of course, you need my assistance further, I would be happy to oblige.
Well, I think you're awesome. So,
I
if we have a
second
very
that.
tough quest, I would be happy to have you.
Absolutely.
Well, I am happy to hear you say that, and I'll have to get my traveling pack and coat, but I suppose I could go on a bit of an adventure.
Good. But we have weeks before these guests arrive. What should we
And
do in the meantime?
Scarlet will nod. Are you asking that to her, or are you asking that to me, the DM, or
Yes.
Ribbons, or okay, who? Which of those three?
To Scarlet.
Well, you are welcome to make use of the town. While we are a small town, we are, as I'd like to say, mighty. There are several shopkeepers. You're free to see if there are any wares maybe that you would like to purchase for your travels. Or if you have anything you might like to sell, they might be interested in purchasing them. Beyond that, I'd just relax, I guess. I don't know.
Well, that's awesome. We've been nearly dying this whole time. Now we get a bit of a rest. And some shopping. What shops would you recommend?
Well,
And she'll think for a second.
we do have a few different shops, unless they've closed since the last time I've been here.
And she'll look at the commander. Commander will shake her head.
Ah, good. There is the blacksmith, who Antoine keeps the city's metal needs in check. I don't know if he has much craft of weapons, but you might see if he might be able to tend your gear or something of the such. There's of course we have a bit of a apothecary, a garden herbologist, if you will, who tries to tend to our medicinal needs and those of the town. There is a bit of a strange store, if you could call it that has recently arrived, I believe, in a caravan of some sort. I don't know what they sell, but, well, I suppose go and take a look. And then we have just sort of a general trade store. We don't get many visitors, but we do try to accommodate those that come by.
Thank you. This is good information. We will visit all of them, maybe.
Okay, great. And of course, you're free to. I'm assuming we have accommodations for you set and such. Beyond that, just rest. For the journey ahead, I fear, will be without such.
That's ominous, but understandable. Well,
I do sometimes sound a little ominous, I'm sure.
yes. It does happen whenever you're talking about prophecy and so on. But we appreciate your advice, and we will do our best to not get scammed or haggled at the shops.
Good luck!
Very good. I guess we can go shopping then, unless someone wants to do something else.
It's shopping
Yeah.
day.
So DM moment. Pause menu, whatever. You guys have a few weeks. You can essentially do whatever you want to. There are certain idle tasks that you could do if you want. Pretty much anything that you think you might want to try to do passively. If there's a skill you want to try to learn, if there's information you'd like to try to obtain, if there's gear you want to try to craft that you have some talent in, things like that. Things that maybe you don't want to actively role play out, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to role play out reading these 17 books or whatever, right? You know, you could do that in these sort of downtimes. But yes, you can also visit the stores, and we will go through each one of them if you guys would like, or whichever ones you guys do want to visit. You don't have to visit them all. You don't have to visit any of them if you don't want to. And then basically once you guys have decided and that you're good, we'll just do one of the rare time skips that I do beyond the one that I did for 500 years to a few weeks from now.
Very good.
Yeah, so what would you like to do? We can go to each of you. If you want to go visit whatever stores together, you can. If you want to go individually, you can. If you want to go in, you can go whatever order you'd like to. Usually this sort of stuff is more individual, but if you guys want to stick together, you can. What would you guys like to do?
I would like to go to the apothecarium at some point.
Okay, you want to head to the apothecary. Sounds good. Mendax, how about you?
Go there with Khaal.
Okay, you want to go to the apothecary first as well?
I do want to ask Nigel though, if you have any time over the next few weeks, if you couldn't maybe take a look at this eyeball, see if you could identify if there's anything special about it. Roger was trying to get me to eat it, but I don't know if that's because it has some sort of property when you eat it, or because he was a zombie.
No problem. I can do that right now. It'll only take me a short while.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, Nigel is going to identify some stuff. Nigel, is there somewhere you would like to go afterwards?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to talk to... Actually, you know what? I'm going to call you guys over and kind of reveal everything I found out. And then after that, I'm probably going to talk to Scala more and harass her to see if there's anything that I can actually research. But
okay,
see if there's any books or something that I can, histories or something, so I can fill myself in on what's happened in the last couple hundred years.
Do you want to tell us something?
But yes. So, all right. So I've been struggling to piece this together, but there's more loose ends than there is sense to make of it. It's absolute insanity. And honestly, I feel a little bit like my own reality is fragmented a little bit. But remember when we first came to this time, when we were teleported away by Master Nivix? Well, he actually took you and Mendax, Khaal, but he didn't take me for a little while longer. And I don't know if this was on purpose or not, but he basically had some words for me. And then I realized that he had a tattoo on his arm. And it was the exact same one that I have on my arm. Don't forget the spoon. There's only one way he could have got that. And unless it's some sort of sick trick, that means Nivix is me. In the future. And he gave me bloody piss all, or I guess I gave myself piss all information beyond that to actually work with. And I don't know if he even let me see that or not, because it was only when he lifted up his arm right before he pushed us through to this time, and I didn't get a chance to ask him any questions about it. All he said was some cryptic bullshit, and I absolutely am mad at myself, slash him, slash whoever the hell it is for that, about how he thinks that I won't make the mistakes that he made. And to me, it feels like Nivix apparently is some former version of me. It's gone through, made some terrible mistakes, has failed terribly, and somehow thinks by sending us here, I can avoid those mistakes. But he's given me zero information about what they are, how to avoid them, or even a starting point for us to get going on.
That's weird. I haven't met any other Khals, or people with spoon tattoos. Maybe you have the same tattoo artist.
Yeah, are you sure you hadn't just like seen the tattoo before, and then when we got all fucked up in the magic room in the dwarf kingdom, you didn't like find an enchanted, tattoo needle and just tat yourself up because daddy issues, Master Nivix?
I mean, I can't say the thought didn't cross my mind. I've run through just about every single possibility because it doesn't seem to add up, but any other option adds up even less. Think about how many times he's just kind of appeared at the last second as if he knew it was going to happen already, saved us from trouble, pushed us along in the right direction. It's almost as if he has some idea of what's going to happen before it does. And hell, if you've lived through it before, or at least some similar version of events, then of course you're able to do so.
What do you think became of your other self? Did he die of old age, since he didn't get teleported through time?
So you know what happened. I don't know if you remember exactly, Nigel, but I will pitch in just to remind you specifically, but obviously not Mendax and Khaal. What you tell them is up to you. That he essentially evaporated as soon as he touched you. He gave you a hug, and then he essentially disappeared.
Right. Yeah, so the moment he touched me, he disappeared. Remember the moment, he was a father figure for me, but now I realize why. Somehow physically interacting with yourself from a different timeline causes one of them to phase out and the other one to supersede it. So he's gone. That version of me is gone. Somehow by taking himself out of the timeline, I'm not sure if that allows me to properly have a new go at these events, but honestly, he seems to have set this up in a way where he thinks us being here, this is the right place and the right time to change history, even though it's much further down the track. And that makes me wonder if he even came from that time. I mean, I remember vaguely him grabbing me off the street as an orphan and taking me to the tower, but is that really where I began? And is that where he began? Because what would my life have been like if I truly was just growing up on the city streets there? How did I grow up to be him without him first doing it? It's absolutely convoluted, and this is just an introduction to the tangled knots in my thoughts on this, because I cannot make head or tails of it.
Especially because it couldn't have been him just going back in time to raise himself yourself, because the original Lich King was well before our time. And he had been guarding the Lich King for goodness knows how long. So if you are him, you are either him from the past that he then brought to the future to then send to the even more distant future, or you're like a clone baby. Just a doppelganger baby that maybe he infused himself into. I don't know, but the timelines... Yeah, I mean, he was older than us. The Lich King was older than us, so you would have had to have... If you're him, he had to have brought you to the future from the past, and then sent you into a further future.
I believe he was only guarding it from when it started to crack, right? I believe when it started to... The power started to leak out. Or had he been watching it for years before that?
I thought he had been watching it. I thought he had helped put him in it, but I could be wrong. I could have just been assigning a lot more to him.
He definitely did not help put him in it. That you know of. I mean, he's already shown that he does have some time magic capabilities. Nigel, time magic is some of the least understood and most dangerous kind of shit that you can deal with in D&D. Essentially the forbidden zone of magic, because it obviously has potentially world-shifting implications if you do it. But you, from what you know, Nigel, the Lich was entombed centuries ago. I mean, we're talking many hundreds of years ago. And from what you know of Master Nivix, which apparently was not as much as you think you did, he was just a human.
Yeah. So he was only around more recently, but I think the ancient tale of the dragons and all the wizards of man and different creatures combining to shut the Lich away was before. So I assume what's happened is that I'm not sure if I will just call him Nivix for simplicity's sake. I'll call him, even though it is me. He either failed at it or maybe in some way played a part in unleashing the Lich or breaking it free, but I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. Either way, he's obviously gone through some of the same life experiences, especially going through the magical room in the Dwarven City, and Tol Karabad, right? And otherwise, that's the only place he could have got the tattoo, right? But he's failed at some point further down the track, and we can only hope that he's given us some better tools. Now, obviously, Scarl has told us that he was the kind of originator of their order, right? So he's the one who created their sorry, what are they called?
They're just called the Resistance.
The Resistance, right? And he was the one who created it, right? Nivix?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, with Scala and with any records of the Resistance is where all of my hopes lie. So I'm going to try and ask her and kind of research it, but I hope now you can, share in this absolutely confounding problem solving. One last note before I do go off to go and tell Scala this, and obviously share any thoughts if you have them, guys. But I also had an experience when I almost died, and I'm not sure if you had anything similar, but I had a vision, and it felt very prophetic. It had signs of something that pertained to actual reality rather than did not seem to have the tellings of a fever dream or anything like that. And all I sensed in it was that there was a sense of massive sadness, death, destruction on the land, similar to the land that we're in now, this reality in the future. But it wasn't just the fact that was happening. There was a very tangible sense of pleasure that I was having from that same death and destruction and sadness and the country being torn apart. And that was incredibly, incredibly scary. I've never felt anything like it before. I've never thought I could feel pleasure from something like that before. And I don't know if this is a glimmer of something possibly in the future, or maybe something that happened to Nivix, but it is one of the reasons why I do wonder if he made some mistakes that are much more terrible. Rather than just failing to stop something evil, I'm not sure if he maybe created something.
Nigel, remember, you're a person, and even if it's all tangled and time shifted and whatever, and he made you and sent you and who cares what, you're here now. And I trust you. You've done a good job with this so far, and I believe you'll have branches ahead where you get to choose to do the right thing or the wrong thing. And I believe that you will choose right, to get the heck of this situation all figured out, to defeat this foul creature who's ruling over these lands and turning them into ruin. And remember, it is okay to have a little bit of fun when you're kicking ass, because that's your body telling you that we're moving toward our goal and beating the bad guys. So don't beat yourself too much. Just a little bit, to make sure you're not an idiot. But aside from that, we trust you.
Well, it's hard to argue with the facts in front of me, but I'll certainly try and stay positive. If he believed that I could make things different, then hopefully I won't fall into the same traps. I just bloody well wish he'd actually given us some more information to work off so that I wasn't going in blind.
Maybe having all the information is what led him down the wrong path. If you think you know everything, then you don't leave your eyes open to alternatives. So perhaps it was his way of letting the innate goodness in you be the guiding force, and not tomes and books and knowing about the mistakes that he made. It's not about his mistakes, those are done. What it's about is the choices that you're going to make moving forward. And honestly, if he thought you were going to fuck it all up, he probably would never have sent you through. He probably just would have dusted you in that moment. So I think you're already on a winning streak here. You're already in the positive.
Well, the belief in my comrades does something to bolster my spirits. Thank you.
Consider your spirits bolstered.
If he was you, do you think he knew about the hot elf ghost babe wood carving under your bed?
Some thoughts are better left undisturbed and unexplored.
That's fair. Well, we're going to go out on the town, do some shopping. If you want to go ask Scarla more things about the world, that's fair enough. But don't get too focused on work. We should have some fun as well. We have a couple of weeks where we're not stuck in a cave. And you should enjoy them, even as a wizard.
Well, if they have any ale here, I'd be happy to have a drink with you two. Just as long as Mendax promises not to burn down the tavern.
Oh, it's a dry future. My bad, I forgot. They forgot how to make ale.
That does not... The one thing people always make
It's
is
ale.
alcohol.
How are those mushrooms looking? Those death bloom mushrooms or whatever they are?
The next few weeks, I'm going to find whatever bits of fruit I can, and I'm going to ferment them. Do they have potatoes?
I'll ferment anything. It doesn't even matter. You can ferment anything.
We have a jar of toenails.
There you go. We'll make toenail wine if we need to.
Toenail stout.
That's
so
right.
gross.
Delicious.
If you think you had a bad night out on the piss when you ate the worm at the bottom of the bottle of tequila, wait till you eat the toenails.
Wait till
At the bottom
you
of
eat
the
the
bottle.
toenails. It's all
Oh
right.
my.
Oh man. All right. Okay, so you're each going to go your separate way. So wait, Khaal, you were going to
Apothecary.
the apothecary. Mendax, you were going where?
With
I'm
me.
gonna go with Khaal. Gonna go hang
Also
out.
going to the apothecary, and then Nigel, you're gonna go speak with Scarla.
Yep. I'm,
You were
hopefully-
gonna do the identification too, right?
Yes,
Since-
he's
Yeah.
going to identify my eyeball.
Okay, you set up all the ritualistic needs. It takes you a few minutes to cast Identify. All that you can tell that, yes, this eye that was sold by Roger, this sort of almost milky, cloudy, very gross eye. It's like a squishy grape almost. Is it's cursed. You don't know what it does, but you know that it is a cursed item.
He was trying to get me to eat it.
From your knowledge of curses, you know that curse is obviously usually innately bad. Sometimes cursed items give you benefit for taking a negative as well.
Yes.
You don't know what that's
Yeah.
going to do. I will remind you, but you know that it is a cursed item.
It could be, a boots of blinding speed sort of situation, It might, maybe you'll be
Yes.
able to see through walls, but the downside is you have to, as a side effect of that, see through walls when people are using the lavatory. So,
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that what this eye does?
I'm not sure if that's specifically what it does, but it'll be something you're stuck with either way. So just think of it, if you can't live with it, much like herpes, just don't go in there.
Ah. Well, with this eye, how would we be able to activate it?
Well, Mendax did say Gary was trying to get her to eat it, so I assume that's the way.
I'd have to eat this eyeball. I'd need a drink before I even tried that anyway, so... I mean, Roger was very nice, so I can't imagine that Roger would tell me to eat it if it was going to be absolutely terrible, but also... He didn't really
I
have
just
any
am gonna-
insides.
I'm going to preface that Roger is a zombie, and you know,
No, I know.
I'm going
This
to
This is just my own idiot reading.
lay
of
the
Roger. I
baseline
just
down.
liked him. He was so
Okay.
nice.
He was a nice zombie. There's lots of zombies that bite people and so on, and he was just
He didn't
true.
do that. That's
Doing
true.
business.
He didn't try to attack us at all.
yeah. I would say he's among the most trustworthy zombies I've ever met.
Truly.
Okay, sure.
Okay, well, I'm not going to eat it just yet, but it's good to
We'll
know
think
that
about it.
does. Thank you, Nigel, for
You
doing
need to
that.
dress it with something. Get like some sprinkles on top, or put it with a side dish or something.
It's going to need like a nice balsamic reduction.
Yeah.
See what they have at the local watering hole.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. You don't have to eat it. I'm gonna throw that out there. As
I kind of have to eat it, though.
you certainly don't have to.
But I kind of do.
Okay.
DM, have you ever gone to the casino with a gambling addict and said you don't need to have a spin on the roulette wheel? Because
I'm
that's basically what you're
learning-
doing right now.
That literally any unknown thing I put in your guys' path is just going to be taken or consumed, or something is going to be done with it.
Pretty sure I've drank every unknown potion that's in front of me.
You
this whole
definitely
time.
have. You guys have also still held on to the rat syringes that you've not injected. You keep considering doing it every single time.
Every
about
time
it a
a
few
fight
times.
gets desperate, I'm considering doing
Is it time? Is it time to just die? I'm not sure. We'll find. We'll see.
I'm always torn as well because I'm like, do I use it on them or on myself? I don't know. I'm pretty sure, I don't want to turn into a hunchback or something or grow a third arm or whatever it'll do. But yeah, I've got a few different things now. We've always got some things in the inventory to dig into. In with the hot sauce, the owl feathers, the random rocks that I carry around.
Jeez Louise.
We're gonna need that hot sauce when I make this omelet. I still have the quiche. I have the quiche recipe still.
You do have the quiche recipe. You can put the eye on top of it.
Yeah.
You could grate the eye up, kind of sprinkle it over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Make
think
a
it would
jam.
still work magically if we did that?
At this point, who fucking knows?
No. That's fair.
Who knows? Who knows? Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. I've never had somebody try to grate a magic item that I've given them, actually. So.
No.
Actually, did I maybe? Oh no, I've still got both rat syringes, yellow and brown fluids, mysterious fluids. I've got both of them.
Ones and twos.
Gross.
Jeez.
I can't be the only one who thought it.
No, I didn't think of that at all.
Nope.
But when you said ones and twos, I did.
I have to be so careful about what I give you guys. Because any of this is what's crazy. Any of the useful items I give you, you never use. You literally always forget to use. You've never used the gloves of climbing,
Oh,
even
yes, I
one
did.
time.
Yes, I did. I did in the trees.
Oh, okay, you did one time. One
After you
time
reminded
ever.
us like 8 times.
In like 60 episodes you've used it one time. I give you like just straight up beneficial items. You give it away to slime people. But any of the cursed or potential
lifted that off of
bad
Beck.
things.
Yeah, I didn't do that. That wasn't even my fault. That was Nigel's fault. I would never have given my cloak away.
I have a fully sick silence wand though, so I can stop people from talking
That's
now because
true.
of it. So
You can. But any cursed item or like obviously very harmful item, you guys are like, is this the time I should eat the eye or inject people with mystery fluid? Ooh, I don't know. Very tempted.
I really want to eat the eyeball.
Do it. See what happens.
I can't find out what happens otherwise.
That's what I'm saying. Do it. See what happens.
Okay.
No.
We'll see what kind of salad dressings they have later.
Okay. You guys head to the apothecary. You walk in. It is like all the other buildings in this town. It is sort of a rundown, sort of boarded up, repaired with random resources building. It does have a sign out front. It just kind of is like a little potion with some bubbles coming out of it. Tried to be as colorful as possible to get people's attention. Like Scarlett said, the town does get travelers, but not very many. You head inside of the store. The inside it's not the most fanciest store you've ever seen in your whole life, but considering the situation, it's not too bad. On the walls and sort of on the tables, you see jars and flasks and sort of woven bundles of different herbs, different sort of alchemical things. Behind the counter, you can see that there are ready-made potions, already finished, elixirs. And also behind the counter, you see an elf with just a normal apron. It is a female elf. She has her hair sort of tied back. She says, "Oh, welcome."
Scale of 1 to 10 of hotness.
I fucking knew it.
Come on.
Roll a d10.
Okay, D10. Here it is. Perfect. Let's go. Okay, she's a 5, but it's you automatically get a +2 or 3 to that in apocalyptic situations.
Okay, sure.
So she's an easy 7 and 8, 7.5.
My lord.
I like how she asked how hot the person was and then told you how hot she was.
Yeah, that's how we're handling every one of those from now on, just so you know.
I love that.
Good.
And she says, "Oh, welcome in. Let me know if I can help you."
Hello, my good ma'am. My name is Khaal the Kenku. I'm a barbarian, and this is my comrade Mendax. We're here to browse your wares.
Yeah, she'll say, "Well, welcome in. I've heard a lot about you too, and I must say thank you once again for the service that you've done to the village. It means a lot to us. My name is Findel. I am the owner of this establishment. Are you looking for anything in specific, or just shopping around?"
I had a few specific questions.
Okay, what can I help you with?
I have this fire-breathing potion recipe, and I'll fumble through my notes here, and I'll show her this fire-breathing potion recipe. Might you have any of the necessary ingredients for this potion?
Well, let me take a look. I'm sure I put the ingredients down in these 55 pages of notes I have for our campaign, but do you happen to have them written down, Khaal?
Let me see if it's in the notes here. It says, no, there's no information about what's in it.
Okay.
But I have the recipe, so there must be something there.
Yep, must be. All right, well, instead of wasting time, she will take the recipe from you and sort of just kind of walk around the shop, picking out a few herbs and different sort of twigs and branches here and there. And she'll put them on the counter. Here you go. This should be all you need. And it's about two different herbs. One of them is a really red, sort of fiery, not fiery, sorry, but like just very red leaves, I should say. And the sticks that she's gathered almost have a very strong cinnamon or peppery scent to them.
Oh. I look at the herbs on the table, and it looks... Is that fireweed?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I have 2 fireweed in my satchel. And I'll put that on the table as well. Could I get the other ingredients to match that amount, just for more volume of potion?
Sure. How many are you wanting to make? How many vials?
Well, I have 2
Essentially, the way that the alchemy is going to work is you will have to do a roll to see how much yield you can get from your resources, but how many of the ingredient would you like in order to... Like, how many end result potions do you want out of this situation?
Are these single use?
I believe, yes. Yeah, they are. For 100%.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So you would drink it and then
Drink
spit
it. You got it. And it's a Dunsky.
That's awesome. I've never used that before, but I would like to. Let's see if we can make 5.
5. Okay. She'll walk around the shop, and including the 2 sort of portions of fire leaves that you have, she will pull out enough of the sort of, we'll call them cinnamon sticks, even though that's not what they are exactly, but that's just what we'll call them. A pretty hefty amount of the sticks compared to the amount of leaves that you have. She said, this should about do ya for 5?
Excellent.
Do you have a means of which to make these potions by chance?
No. So I had a problem. I traveled 500 years through time, and I don't have an alchemy table.
I see. Well, they are quite heavy and bulky to bring about with you.
Might you have one here?
Well, we do have one here. I do typically charge to craft potions for other people, and I hope you understand I don't really like outsiders using my equipment.
Oh, that's fair. What about the rate would be to craft these potions?
Well, to craft a potion of this quality shouldn't be exceedingly difficult. Normally I charge, well, about 40 gold pieces per potion to craft it. But seeing as you guys are saviors of the town and prophesied chosen ones to save the world and everything, I'll knock that down to 35 easy.
35 a potion?
Yeah.
And that's 5 potions?
Yep, you got it.
That sounds wonderful. Have you ever used this kind of potion before?
Me? No. Definitely not.
Oh. Have you made it before?
No, can't say I have.
Oh.
But everything looks pretty easy on this handy paper you have here. So long as wherever you got this from is trustworthy, I shouldn't have any problems making it, to be honest with you.
No, that doesn't sound dangerous at all. Given that it's a volatile, flammable thing.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
Oh, well, very good. Well, I'll pay for those. And then I had a question about something else.
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
a bunch of mushrooms here. And I have, they're called death cap mushrooms. I have 3 of those. Mm-hmm. What are these for? Do you know? Go ahead, the mushrooms.
Oh, yeah. She'll not take them from you. She'll say, those are very deadly and poisonous. I don't recommend touching them with your hands.
Oh. What can I use them for?
Killing people, usually. It's toxic to eat. So you put this in someone's drink and they'll die, probably.
Oh, a question. Could I make it into a spread and then put it on their toast?
Oh, like a tapenade.
Yeah, tapenade.
No one ever suspects a tapenade. People always think, oh, this drink could be poisoned, but never the tapenade.
Yeah.
Never the tapenade. I suppose you could make it into a tapenade type paste, but I mean, I suppose in your line of work that's more of a normal thing to encounter, but I don't think I've ever made a deadly tapenade before.
But I wouldn't use this in a potion.
Well, I do suppose that there could be some value in making anti-poisons and antitoxins with it. Usually, of course, you do require a bit of the source material in order to negate the effects and etc., etc. Can't tell you I really know how to do that with this, but given enough time, and of course a modest fee, I'm sure I could come up with something if that's what you're wanting.
Sure, maybe one antitoxin. I have some antitoxin reagents as well, 3 of them in fact.
Oh, well that should knock a bit of the price down for sure.
No. How's about one antitoxin? I'll give a mushroom and an antitoxin reagent to combine. And then I'll keep the other ones for the tapenade.
Okay, yeah, do be careful with that. I don't like the way that you're just kind of touching that with your skin and whatnot.
It's okay, I'm a bird.
It's not.
Do you
Okay.
think so I mean in terms of like mushroom to size ratio and likelihood of death, would that, fell a very large creature if we just gave them the whole tapenade? Or would that just, maybe really give them an upset stomach?
I'm not really a poisons expert as far as killing people with them, but I imagine it would do a good number on, like normal sized people. I don't know. Are you trying to kill giants?
Not at the moment, but you never know.
We fought
Day
some
is
very
young.
large creatures, so we're just wondering the effectiveness of this.
The Bandit King was freaking huge.
Yes.
He was ginormous.
Who's rotund?
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe. I would need to do calculations and know their species. Different species have different poison. Again, I'm not really an expert in this, but yeah, I could try. I mean, it would not be good for them, I would imagine.
Kill a bear.
Not likely. I mean, bears are
Okay, so bear
probably not.
size and lower. So lower than bear size, definitely dead, most likely.
Yeah, I don't really know. I'll be honest with you. I mean, there's things you could do to poisons to make them, increase the lethality, concentrate it down, etc. I mean, I could make it into like a powder, or I do know this is like you eat this and you die.
Gotcha.
You don't really. It's not like there's poisons where you stab someone with it, and then they die because of that or whatever. And then there's some where you the powder, or I guess a tapenade. I don't know why we keep saying that word tapenade, but
It's like a spread.
yeah.
Usually put it on like a nice little sandwich, like a muffaletta or something.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a muffaletta.
It's very
You're
good.
missing out. It's so delicious.
All right, so we'll get an
Alright.
antitoxin, and I'll keep a couple
Okay.
mushrooms for the tapenade, and then I've got some
Sure.
questionable poisonous mushrooms, which are not the death caps, but I haven't been able to identify them. Do you know what these are? And I'll hold them in my hand.
Yeah, I really don't recommend what you're doing with the whole. That's not good. This is bad for you or people you touch. Just put them on the counter, maybe, and I
Okay,
could
put
look
them-
at them a bit
Put
better.
them down on the counter there. These mushrooms.
She'll say, I've not really seen these before. I'd have to consult some books, but if you leave them here, I could probably find out for you.
Can you smell them?
No, I'm not going to do that. That could maybe kill you too.
Oh. Okay, well, stay safe. I'm not trying to booby trap you. Just saying, I don't know what these are. Maybe they're very good
Yeah.
and useful. Maybe not.
Maybe. I don't know what they are. And mushrooms, I don't know what they are. I don't really try to muck about with, but we'll see if I can't help you out.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so we've got the fire-breathing potions being whipped up. We've got the antitoxin being whipped up. Let me just get a quick tally of the costs so far. We've got 35.
We got 35 times 5 for the crafting of the potion, and then there
Let's-
is the resources of the potion, which will be another 70 or so.
35 times 5 is 75. Plus 40, that's 105.
40? What is the 40 from?
What? Sorry, I'm not very well versed in mathematics.
I'll take care of it for you. Bless your soul.
Wasn't part of our barbarian training.
Yeah, so 35 times 5 is definitely not 75, by the way.
It was a good try.
It was good. I've seen worse.
I wasn't going to say anything. I was just going to see if she went for it.
Imagine if it worked.
And I'll throw in the identification for free even. So yeah, the fire breathing potions, all 5 of them, are going to come out to $245 for everything, resources, crafting, all that goodness. And then the making of the anti-venom, the antitoxin, that's going to come out to about a 60 gold, because I'm going to need to do some research and experimentation with that one. So yeah, altogether you're looking at 305.
305.
Yeah,
That's
but
a-
you get to breathe fire.
That's true. It's a lot of money.
Well, do you have anything to trade, maybe?
The rations that he just brought back, he carried extra boxes of them.
Oh yeah, I put that discount in already.
Oh,
I mean, I feel like they were probably worth more. In terms of gold, those rations were probably worth more than
Tell you what.
25 gold.
And don't tell anybody I did this for you. Clean 300.
clean 300.
Clean 300. But don't go telling people I did that now.
How
That's
about
between you and me.
how about a dirty 200?
Dirty 200, eh? And she can tell you're probably the one that's actually going to haggle, and Khaal has no idea what he's doing. Well, again, how about anything for trade? Anything to, got to make a living over here too.
I could throw in the rest of my mixing agents and antitoxin.
Oh, sure.
Just
Let's
to
see a.
Boost
Can I
your
see them?
wares. Yeah, I've got 3 antitoxins here. And I'll put them on the table here. And I've got this, what's this here? The alchemical mixing agents, some of those here. I'll put those on the table there.
Okay.
And there's a crowbar here. Oh, wait, no, I'll keep that.
Yeah, I don't really need that.
I've got a copper bracelet. If you like jewelry. I mean, I don't know if your husband or boyfriend normally gets you all your jewelry, or your girlfriend gets you lots of jewelry, but I'm gonna add this.
Sadly, no. Married to my work.
Oh, single. I know that life.
So how's
You know,
about the
treat
dirty
yourself.
200 and the mixing agents and the antitoxin leftovers?
I think I'd do all that for a maybe a bit less dirty 215.
215. Let me check my coins here. I'll go rustle around in my coin pocket. And I'll make it sound like this, like almost nothing there. It's like pretty buried.
roll a performance.
Performance. I have a +1. Very performative bird.
Yeah.
Jingle jangle. It's an 8 + 1 is 9.
Yeah, it sounds like it's loaded. You somehow made it sound like there's more gold in there than you actually have. I'm sorry, did I say 250? I meant a 225. My bad, my mistake.
Oh,
That's on
no
me.
takes his backsies. Did say 215. a dirty
215
Fair
done,
enough.
and I'll boom.
Fair enough.
Slap it on the table.
215. Fantastic. Thank you kindly. And she'll kind of just, whoa. Yeah, come back in about a week or so, and I'll have everything hopefully ready for you.
Okay, I need to remove this from my account. 215 gold. That's a lot
Yeah,
of
plus
money.
every item that you just gave
oh,
away.
yeah, the antitoxin is gone.
Yeah.
And the mixing agent also gone. We'll say the fire-breathing potion recipe is also gone. Great. Oh, the fireweed is also gone.
And my copper bracelet is also gone.
All
Oh,
right.
you gave the copper bracelet? Oh, fantastic.
I'm helping my. I really want to see him breathe fire. I love fire. Got a fire thing going.
Do you have any other random potions that might be useful to a barbarian or a rogue? Or a wizard?
Well, we do have some potions. Just whipped them up pretty recently. And she'll sort of move to the side so that you can see the potions. There's not a ton, mind you. It's not like stocked, right? You know, like tons. We've got a few potions that'll mend your wounds. This one here, especially so. I found a rare bit of water weed. This is a nice little water breathing potion if you plan to do any aquatics. And this potion, to be honest with you, I'm a little bit suspect about. And it's sort of this weird purpley liquid that almost looks like it's moving on its own. I tried to make a potion that would let you evaporate a little bit, like become, what's that word? Oh, incorporeal for a bit of time.
Oh.
Don't know if it turned out, though. Willing to let that one go half price, but no returns.
Can you walk through walls with that one?
Well, that was the thought, but again, I don't really like how and she'll kind of mumble about like the cloudiness and the quality of the ingredients and how it's really not supposed to be moving around on its own. It's kind of weird. I don't think it's turned out.
If it was made, pretend you made this perfectly up to your normal high standards. What would the time duration be?
For it to, to
for you to then become corporeal again.
About 10 seconds, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it lasts for 10 seconds.
If I made it right.
So you've got
Maybe it is supposed to do that. I'm not really sure.
You've got a healing potion, an ethereal potion,
and a water breathing potion.
There's like 2 grades of healing potion. There's like what she's calling like pretty good, and then this one she pointed to smaller, more concentrated. She said this one was very good. So 2 different levels of healing, water breathing, and what would be called a gaseous form potion.
How much for the gaseous form potion?
Well, because I'm not really sure if it really turned out right. Normally that is a pretty penny, so I'm pretty upset that it didn't really work out. I'll knock it down to 200. That's a 800 gold potion easy.
800 gold for 10 minutes.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
10 seconds?
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
less
you
than
can
10
walk
minutes.
through fucking walls, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, once you get in the walls, you only have 10. You can't really do much once you're in there. Because you only have 10 seconds, so it's not like you could do anything and then get back out in that same amount of time. I have so many questions about the economy of this world, where the demand for these potions is so high that it can be worth 800 Who in this world has 800 gold?
I'm gonna like powwow with Mendax, kind of pull her to the side. Mendax, come here. I think she's trying to scam us.
Yeah.
I think we should just leave. She's gonna be working on those potions, and when she realizes we don't need to fall for her crap, she'll give us a better price when we come back.
Okay, I'm definitely down to try that. And if it doesn't work, then right before we leave this town, I'll just steal it.
That's robbery.
It's domestic foraging.
We'll think about that.
Okay. Last resort.
Thank you very much for your business and your wares, and we look forward to the completion of these potions. We may come in to check in on it, but we have more business to tend to in the town. So, for now, we'll go browse elsewhere.
Sounds good. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you again soon when I'm done with these for you.
Is there a bell
Thank
by
you
the
so
door?
much.
No.
Oh. Well, then I'll just imagine that there was one there.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'll leave.
Okay.
I'm going to follow. I'm going to follow him out, but before we walk through the door, I'm going to turn back and say, He didn't want to say it out loud, but he thinks you're a 10. And then he's gonna walk out.
7 at best. You never go for the full 10, Mendex. You know that.
You never tell a lady that you think she's less than a 10.
It would be kind of weird if you told them that they're a 7.
You don't go, hey,
Hey, he thinks you're a 6.
you're a solid 5, but a post-apocalyptic 7.
Post-apocalyptic 7.
How about an 8?
God. Okay, you did that. Who knows what consequences will happen later on?
Or more discounts.
Yeah, probably not.
She's single. She's in the middle of this forest being
Married
held
to
up
her
by-
work.
But held doesn't mean she doesn't want a bit of fun. Not saying she wants a relationship, but hey, a giant bird, thickest, biggest bird barbarian just waltzed into town.
Just handled a bunch of poisonous mushrooms with his hands.
Yeah, and then she scooped them all up. And she didn't even
Scooped
wipe
is
down.
a-
She didn't even wipe down the counter. You know, if it was that bad, she would have wiped down the counter immediately. But she
Little
did
do
not.
you know, she has like a hazmat suit on and tongs. Put the absolute instant death if you touch them poison mushrooms over there. Disinfect, actually just burn the counter down. I'll need to put a new one in.
It's not there when we come back in a week. It's just ash.
Yeah, exactly.
Just saying.
Fantastic. Nigel.
My man.
Hello. What up? You wanted to head to Scarlet, yeah?
That's right.
You can do so. You go back to the sort of city meeting place, the city hall, if you will. And Scarlet is still in the same room, sitting in her... She was sitting on the table when you guys came in. She's now sitting in a chair. There are some books stacked up so that she's the correct height to reach the table. In there are guards actually outside the door. But seeing that it is you, and that you are... Oh, I think I DC'd.
Oh, no.
I definitely DC'd. Okay.
Oh no.
We can still hear you.
We can hear you. We've got the voice of Godtosis.
Oh my gosh, did I crash?
You can hear us, right?
I don't know if he can hear us. I don't think he can.
I can hear him.
Rip.
I know, we can all hear him, but he can't hear us.
Does this mean we
Those-
get to decide the story for a few minutes?
Carl 100% speaks wind.
Right? What else do you want?
Khaal can DM, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You can be Scala, right?
Yeah, Scarlet's sitting with Nigel.
Oh, you're back, are you? Welcome back in, Nigel.
Well, hello, Scala. Yes, I'm back. I'm wondering, are there any books maybe left by Nivix that happen to explain everything I need to know to make perfectly correct decisions for the next, say, 6 to 9 months of this adventure?
We don't have that, but I do have a bit of erotic rock troll
Oh.
fantasy novellas you might be interested in. Very nice wood engravings on the back of the cover.
And erotic rock trolls, you say? Well, that sounds mighty hard.
Hard and veiny, of course, with ore.
Ah, yes. Ores of all sorts of metallic substances running right through those veins. I'm sure that's absolutely throbbing with metals.
Well,
I thought you were going to say something, Carl.
what?
It's not the only thing that's going to be throbbing here soon. Have you, by any chance, while you're around the village, met my granddaughter, Dildora?
Oh, I haven't actually, though I'm definitely not one to scoff at a potential interspecies relationship.
I must say, she's quite ravishing for someone with that kind of facial structure.
Oh, I am known to have sort of somewhat different tastes, and I mean, being a young dwarf lass, I'm sure she can always just grow a bit of a beard to cover up any imperfections with her facial structure.
It's going to be a big beard, but what I was really hoping for her, you see, she's very sheltered and very naive, and I was hoping that a big, strong wizard like you might want to spend some time.
Oh, Scarlet, you unashamed pimp. I never would have thought it of you.
He's a very strong wizard. As far as wizards go.
We need the influx of outsider genetics, young sir. A very small village.
We've got to freshen things up, otherwise, don't want any extra arms or heads popping out, eh?
Exactly. There's only one little head that's going to be popping out.
Oh, no.
Oh, Scarlet. You were very prophetic before, and you've made a crazy turn. These are the after hours.
Oh.
You gotta roll to meet Dildora.
Oh, okay, so my turn now.
Oh, God.
All right, so you
He's
guys
back.
step out of the apothecary shop, and then you hear a whisper on the wind, and you realize that there's actually a sound coming from the branches of a willow. You turn to the side, and you see a gnarled face staring at you with a certain malevolence in its eyes. Its arms swaying. That's right. The Boosie tree is staring at both of you. You enter combat. Okay, so roll for initiative, guys.
I'm gonna fuck this tree.
Oh,
up.
we've rolled a 1. 1 plus 3 is 4.
12.
All right, so
Hooray.
Boosie's gonna go first. He's fueled by vindictiveness, malevolence, and anger at all the shit talk he's received. So,
Welcome back.
Thank you.
You don't want to know what happened.
I'm sure.
We did enter combat with Gary Busey.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all that happened.
Okay, great. I'll have to go check the VOD. Rectify anything you've destroyed.
Oh,
or
it was already
changed.
rectified.
Okay. Great. Happy to hear. I
had
was
to get
thinking
a
like,
rated
okay,
R
you know,
rating.
they'll just go on break. It's about that time anyways. We'll go on a break in probably about 20 minutes as it is. They'll just do it now. And then we'll come back and we'll all be good. Nope. You just, okay. All right.
There was a sign
see
that
how it
said
is.
PG-13 turn right, and we took a left and hit the gas.
Hit the gas.
Yeah.
Wow. Alrighty then. Well, I don't know how to follow this up normally because I don't know what happened.
Stupid.
He was just talking with Scarla a little bit.
oh yeah, you can go back to these guys. I've already concluded
Okay.
my business with Scala.
Good. Okay, sounds good. We'll do that then. Call back to you. Mendex, where are you guys going next? Besides hell,
So,
apparently.
I would like to go to the general store to get the ingredients for the quiche.
Okay. Do we need to go on a break? Like, is that actually what we need to do? I don't think we're going to be able to continue. I actually think we need to go on a break after I was just disconnected for like 10 minutes. That is crazy.
If you knew the
You-
things that we said and saw.
Oh, I'm going to go back and figure it out. I will see what you said, I'm sure.
Can we all just commit right now that it's canon?
No, no, we cannot.
I mean, our DM abandoned us, so we did the best we could. I think it
No.
deserves.
I shot an ogre
No.
with a cannon.
No. The DM had temporary minor internet problems. Not abandoned.
I've got the church giggles now. Face hurts.
Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise.
We can break or we can continue. Up to you.
We can keep going. I could just mute while I cry laughing.
Okay. Are you actually wanting to talk to Scarlet now, or is that changed?
Yeah, we can.
Good luck getting through that.
Oh no! He's gone again. He's like, I'm done with this shit.
Come back again.
Oh, there he is. He's
Good
back.
lord. Hopefully we don't keep DCing. Holy moly.
It's a good thing you're back. We almost descended into madness.
I
again.
was worried. I'm like, oh, tonight is just fucked. There's no way I'm getting anything else done in this session. I think my internet is good. We'll see. But we could go on a quick break and I could reset it again if we want to.
Sure, as you like, if you think that would help.
If it happens again, maybe that's what we should do.
Okay.
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 No,
Nigel, can you handle? Can you handle?
Oh, I can handle whatever Scarlet throws my way.
Okay. Great. Great. Just fantastic. Perfect. Perfect.
I can handle. I can.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Focused.
Focus. You head to the city hall. There are guards posted outside the door. But they let you into the room. Inside the room is the commander, and they're just talking about random stuff in the town that has happened since she's been gone. I can't help you. You're on your own on this one.
I'm just not going to look at the video, the camera feed. All good. Okay.
Just look at me. Nigel. Look at me, Vic.
Thinking about what you're thinking about it kind of make it worse.
What?
I don't know. All right. I'm making the executive decision. We're going on a 10-minute break. We're going on a 10-minute break. We'll be back with more Wayfarers in about 10 minutes. I hope. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. We'll see you then.
We'll be back in a few minutes when we figured out how to stop laughing. Thank you for tuning in to Wayfarers.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Jimothy microphone engaged. Desktop audio engaged.
Whoa.
We continue.
Whoa.
Wayfarers back. Ladies and gentlemen, we just had an intermission because our players couldn't stop laughing. They're in a 2-week period where they're in town, enjoying the amenities, going shopping, and having lots of laughs. We continue now with Wayfarers.
Okay. We're good.
Ayo.
Pig, what are your questions?
Scarlet, I'm seeking information. So I'm gonna actually reveal to her basically what I revealed to the other guys.
Okay.
Just explaining, hey, Nivix is actually me and stuff. Look, so With that in context, I mean, I need any information that he's passed down, because anything I can do to avoid his mistakes and to hopefully find a way to stop this lich, you know, if he can consume the powers of this god that he's looking for, obviously it's gonna get even worse and it'll be the end of the world essentially. So did he leave any history or writings or anything?
Most of what Master Nivix left us has been destroyed throughout the ages, as we've needed to move from site to site, keep ourselves hidden, keep the resistance alive. It was all we could really do to pass on the words that he left us, and the promise that you three were the answer to fixing whatever damage had been done, in fixing and moving forward to a brighter future. She'll dismiss the commander, who was. Did you want her in the room when you were explaining all that, or did you just want to talk to Scarla?
Probably just Scarlet, yeah.
Okay, she'll just be gone then. We'll just say that that's happened.
Cool.
It's been generations. I, of course, have never met Master Nivix. He was dead long before my time. Nobody truly knows the full extent of what happened. Only that he had a uncanny ability of sort of future sense, or had access to information inexplicably, somehow knowing the next move of our enemy, or as if he could anticipate their motives. He would make seemingly random decisions to our eyes, from what I understand, but they would almost always pan out to be the correct move, or at least it seemed at the time. But no matter how many moves or ahead he could think, or how well he could anticipate his opponent, it always did seem that we were just one step behind, or just not quite where we needed to be. Consistently being evaded and taking losses slowly but surely over time. There is only one record that Master Nivix has left, and it has been kept and stored by the prophets handed through the ages, until the day, Nigel, that your awakening happened. And I'm very happy that I am the prophet who can give that to you.
And she'll just simply open up her desk drawer, and from there she'll pull out sort of this ornate, very old-looking box, carved from different types of woods and stones, things like that. And she'll place it on the table in front of you.
Okay, so I'll open the the box. God damn.
The crate? Yeah.
Yes, I'll open the crate.
There you go.
And take out what's inside.
Okay, it is an envelope. Just a tattered paper, old, sort of definite signs of age. As the paper looks like it's essentially, like something you would find in an old history book, maybe, that you've read.
Cool, an old kind of manuscripty.
Yep.
Yellow.
It's
yellow page.
it's an envelope.
Okay. All right. I'll open the envelope up and see what's inside.
Okay, you try to open the envelope, but you find that you're unable to do so.
Okay. Do I sense some sort of magical thing, or am I just clumsy?
You you absolutely sense the magic that sort of that essence from. You sense a magical presence for sure, sort of embedded into the very fiber of the paper that makes up this envelope. Maybe a protection, maybe something to keep it from aging, as who knows how long it was going to be that you guys were going to be asleep for. But remarkably for how, for 500 years, the paper looks exceedingly well, even if it's still pretty aged. But yes, you're unable to open it.
I like rub my tattoo on it.
It's just, shockingly, that does not work.
Damn it. Damn, that usually works. Usually all the boxes open up for the tattoos. We'll see. Okay. So, can I like roll an Arcana maybe to figure out what it is, or any inkling or anything I can detect about it?
Yeah, absolutely. You could certainly roll an Arcana.
Yeah. All right, that is a 15 roll, and I think I normally have a +5 or +6 these days on Arcana. So
Fantastic.
21.
You can tell that this is some extremely strong magic. It's literally the paper and parchment itself seems to have been woven and created with magic all throughout its creation, for the sole intention of keeping this sealed and protected.
Scarlet, do you have any idea when or how this is meant to be opened?
She'll just... Nope.
All right.
You turn the other side over, sort of the front of it as you're inspecting it, and you do see that it says just one word on the front, Nigel.
Oh, the word is Nigel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's me. Open sesame. Open now.
Doesn't do anything other than you look very weird in front of the prophet.
Oh well. All right. Well, I will. I'll have to hang on to this and investigate and see if there's a way to open it, or if it's meant to open at a specific time or event. So, I'll pack it away into my. I can keep this Scala. Is that okay?
It does have your name on it. It only seems fitting that you take it.
Yes. If I wasn't such an asshole, I might have actually given myself instructions on how and when to open it as well, rather than being so cryptic. But it wouldn't be in character with old Nivix, would it? So unfortunately, yet more mysteries. And if this one lasts even half as long as the bloody silver spoon, I'm going to be very mad.
Yeah, we'll see. See how quickly you can figure it out.
Magic envelope, I guess I'll just call this.
Yeah, magic envelope. You can just put dash, maybe Nivix, so that we can remember just to really make sure. In case you encounter any other magic envelopes, through your travels. Don't want to get them mixed up.
Yeah. All right. I guess that's all I really wanted from her, because there's nothing else that she knows and can pass down. She's already told us everything. So, yeah. Is there any other information or people that keep histories of this time? Not necessarily of the Order, but just in general, someone that can fill me in on the last couple hundred years of history?
I mean, she will be happy to explain what she knows. Record keeping, sort of history, recording and things like that have really fallen out of priority over the past hundreds of years, in lieu of survival and essentially trying to hide from the Lich. So they don't really have a great way to keep track of what's happening throughout the entire continent, the entire world that you guys live. Like, obviously, you used to be able to back in your guys' normal time.
Yeah, I guess I just want to, I will speak to the captain and the knowledgeable people, and especially the older people, to get a sense of the history, but also basically to use my intellect to get a top-down kind of some form of a sort of, strategy viewpoint of exactly where we are in the land and what the fallback has been through the different settlements and stuff. Just so if down the line, I'm actually going to have a little bit more of a basis of an understanding of this world and how it got to be where it is. So that I can, maybe that'll help out in some future situation, especially if we come across other resistance or other settlements that are still surviving.
Sure. So that would be a perfect thing for you to do during the 2 weeks, sort of as a downtime. While you guys are just kind of going around. Yeah, absolutely. If you have any specific questions you'd like answered or specific topics you want focused on, definitely let me know. Otherwise, we'll just try and give you the best sort of top-down approach to the world.
just trying to get an understanding of the logistics and strategy of what's left of the resistance. Basically, understand what their commanders are seeing and just how bleak it is and how much time they think they can hold out and where their food supplies are coming from, that sort of stuff, as well as the bigger just general sense of the history and whatnot.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, sounds great. Yeah. While you guys go about doing whatever you're doing through the 2 weeks, you can kind of just try and talk to the villagers, the soldiers, the Scarla, the commander as well. Pretty much anybody, and get their take on sort of what's going on, what's happening. Absolutely. Was there anything else you wanted to do? Any shops you wanted to visit?
If Mendax finds alcohol, then I'm hanging out. I'm gonna join. But other than that, not having a chill time. Just getting a sense for the world we're in.
Okay.
Maybe. I will. I'll make some stones. I'll make a little because you can play like checkers basically without an actual board or anything. And I will see if Ribbons will play me in a game of checkers as well, and see if I can get to know the old Ribbons a little bit better.
Okay.
But that's about it.
Sure. Sounds good. Khaal, Mendax, what are you two wanting to do next?
Carl, I didn't know about you, but I was a little bit interested in hitting up that stall that Scarla didn't know exactly what it was going to sell. It was the weird little stall that came through on a wagon.
Yes, the caravan.
Yes, the caravan.
Yeah,
You down to go caravanning?
I'm down. Sounds
Let's
interesting.
go. That's okay then. I would love to go there.
Sure. Yeah, after a little bit of searching, you guys are able to come across the caravan. We'll say that this is maybe a few days later, even. Doesn't all have to be done the same day. You guys see that, yes, indeed, it's a traveling salesman, a traveling trader. You come upon essentially a cart. There, it looks like there's no horses or anything that are saddled up to it right now, so it's kind of taken a semi-permanent spot, actually more temporary spot until it moves on. It decides that, they decide that their time in this town is done and they're going to move on to the next place. You see a big sign on the top, though, that says Fink's Obscurities and Oddities. And all around the side, almost think of it like a cart or whatever you'd see at like a theme park. There's just a whole bunch of stuff just sort of attached to the sides here. You can see some wooden slats that have pulled out to kind of make a little bit of shade and that they can hang things off of. And at the front of the cart on a sort of red and gold pillow, there is a cat that is laying down. But beyond that, you can't see anybody else.
There's just a cat, there's not a person standing there?
Yeah.
Is it the cat who's the salesperson?
I don't know.
You wouldn't happen to be Fink, would you? Little feline person? I'm talking to the cat.
Okay, yeah, the cat will look up to you and go, "Yes, that's me."
Well,
Perfect.
that's not the first talking cat I've seen.
I'm sure it won't be the last either.
It's excellent to make your acquaintance. My name is Khaal the Kenku. I'm a birdbarian. This is my comrade, Mendax. We're here to browse your wares.
Please browse away. Let me know if you have any questions.
I mean, you have curiosities and oddities. What is your most curious and odd thing you have that might help one in an adventure?
It will sort of slowly raise up from its pillow, arch its back to kind of stretch a little bit, and then hop down soundlessly to the side of the cart. There's sort of like a little ledge that it can walk on next to all of the different goods. And it'll walk past or over to, there's some sort of leather bands that are attaching some parchment to the wall, to the wall, or to the side, rather, of the caravan. And it'll sort of flick its tail, sort of brushing past the scrolls. And it'll say, these are some particularly potent magic scrolls, if you must know. That I'm sure could do well in a pinch.
Magic scrolls. Do the scrolls have spells on them, or the scrolls themselves magic?
Not the magic type, I see. Yes, inscribed on these scrolls are single-use spells that you may use even if you're not trained in the mystic arts. Someone even like your friend might be able to use them.
Who,
But
me?
be careful. Yes, you.
No.
Be careful, though, for once you do use it, it will be gone.
What kinds of spells are on these scrolls?
You see that there are 4 different ones there. And going from left to right, the cat will kind of try to give a more maybe embellished view of what's on each of them. This scroll will allow even the noisiest of windows and doors to close silently. Potentially useful if you're trying to make a stealthy escape. And he'll look over at Mendax, kind of maybe gauging that you're a bit more of the stealthy type. This one here is a bit strange, but certainly not without its uses. This will protect you against even the most holy of creatures in this world. For you don't always find yourself on the side of good. Sometimes you must maybe take a dip into the dark.
It's a resistance to holy magics?
Protection against good. If anything that's good aligned attacks you, you'll have extra resistance to it. This third one might be quite handy if you ever need to jump great distances or great heights. It will magically augment your muscles to help you accomplish such a task. And this fourth one might be particularly useful for you. This one will radiate a golden light, damaging all undead, necrotic, or otherwise evil around you.
What might the prices of a single-use scroll such as these be?
Well, I do try to keep only the finest of quality. You can be rest assured that I've overseen the creation of these scrolls myself. And I can attest to their usefulness. There's a lot of fakes and forgers out there who would sell you but words on a piece of paper. But not me. From left to right, starting with the silencing of doors, if you will. That one is 50. In fact, the first 3 are all 50 each. The last one, though, it's a bit more expensive. That one goes for around $225.
Whoa!
A deal, I assure you. Go to any other city, and this would cost you no less than 600. But it is trying times. And these are troubling environments we find ourselves in.
I have a question, kind of about the rules. Are the jumping buffs things that can stack with each other? Because I have the ability to jump extra.
You asking me as a DM, or you asking the cat?
Let's ask the cat. So, I'm a barbarian, and I'm trained in the ways of jumping, especially very far. And if I were to hone myself and get focused for a big jump, but then also use the scroll, would it enhance my jump even further? Or does it have a sort of cap?
I don't see why not.
No. Well, in the case that it doesn't work, it would be a huge waste of money for me.
But what if it does?
For the silencing of doors, I know you specifically said when closing doors, but what about when opening doors?
It would work just the same.
And I'm sure a professional such as yourself, I mean, these are very interesting, and we do actually have a very magic-minded person with us. That I'm sure, since you stand up behind the quality of your items, you wouldn't mind if we had him come over, take a look at these. He'd probably tell us exactly which ones we would need anyway.
You can bring over whoever you'd like.
In the meantime, do you have anything in the way of shoes?
Can't say that I do.
Pants?
I don't need such things.
Fair enough. You'd be adorable if you did wear them, though.
I'm adorable anyways.
That's true.
I mean, I can't really argue with that.
Well, I'm interested in the jumping potion and the turning undead potion, but 225 seems like a whole lot of money, and I don't have that much.
Mind you, they are scrolls. Not potions.
Oh, right.
Bit different.
Isn't a scroll just like a potion, though?
It takes a lot
No.
more chewing.
You're supposed to eat the scroll. I'm down. I've had weirder things than scrolls.
Yes, you've eaten quite a few stonefish in your day.
Yeah.
Don't think I would recommend doing that.
Yeah. Is Nigel with us now?
No, sorry.
Yeah. I think we should...
This is when you find out I have telepathic powers.
Yeah.
Well, we can think about these.
Yes, we still have time. Mr. Fink, how long are you planning on staying here? I know that your store is a bit mobile.
Well, I've been here for a while, as it is. Should be time for me to move along soon, but I suppose I'd be here for at least another couple days.
Perfect. Well, we'll have to think about those scrolls, and perhaps we'll be coming back with our wizard friend to see if there wouldn't be one of them that he might be interested in.
Fair enough. See you then.
Excellent.
And he'll jump back up on his pillow and curl up back to sleep.
As we walk away, we get far enough away that he can't hear us anymore, and I'm giving extra distance because Cat. I think we should have Nigel maybe let us know if these look legit before spending any money on it. Not that I don't trust cats, but I don't necessarily trust cats named Fink.
Also, I don't know what the going rate of these things are either. Like, what's a potion worth? What's a scroll
So
worth?
many questions. 600 gold. Nobody here even has food. How do they have 600 gold?
Well, the thing is,
I
wouldn't
don't understand
this
the
is
economy.
isn't a night's lodging like a gold?
Sometimes, unless you drink a lot with your, the room, but the board part of the room. If it's me, it tends to be like 10 gold.
So we're basically saying that the 225 one could be roughly construed as a year's salary.
It is magic.
That's
I'm
true.
just saying. I will say D&D prices are very high gold. I will throw that out there.
So you're not scamming us.
Maybe I am.
The cat's name is Fink. I would feel like we definitely deserved it if we did not have Nigel take a look at these first, and they turned out to be a scam.
I agree.
mean, the name Fink means like a charlatan,
No.
like a dirty little cheat,
No, we should get Nigel and come back.
for sure.
We also
Absolutely.
haven't been to the general store, the tavern, or the blacksmith.
Well, we know we're going to end up at the tavern eventually, but we
You've
can...
been to the tavern for sure for like 3 days now.
Okay, well, we'll go to the tavern again.
Okay.
But is there one of the other stalls you wanted to visit, or should we just go find Nigel, see if we don't want to drag him to maybe the general store or the blacksmithy or back to our friend Fink?
Yeah, let's get Nigel. Make sure he isn't getting too bored.
Nige.
You get the Niger. You're just talking to someone at the bar.
Yeah, just down here having a cheeky couple of drinks with the locals, seeing what's happening down at the old watering hole.
Is it really water, or are you having ale over there?
Oh, yeah, it's all liquids, ain't it? Just get it up in you. It's good for you, mate.
No, that's not. No. There are very many different kinds of liquids. I just learned today that there's some of them that could kill you.
Well, despite that, you do seem to handle those mushrooms with very little fear, mate. So I've seen you fondling
Reckless
them.
abandon.
I have the confidence of ignorance. It's mighty. We wanted your opinion on some scrolls. Do you know much about them?
Yes.
I haven't made any myself, but I know the theory behind them.
We believe we might be getting scammed. So we didn't purchase anything. We wanted to check.
My poor NPC. No.
You named him Fink.
It's a good cat name.
You can trust me. You can't trust someone named Fink who says trust me. You can't.
Would you have felt better if you're like, I'm really scamming you on this one?
Oh, definitely. I would have appreciated that. It would have saved us this whole interaction.
Well, I
Or
have
is
been
it-
talking to a lot of the locals, actually, about the economic situation, strategic situation, history at the local region. Have you purchased any other goods so far?
Yes. I purchased, actually, the process of brewing some potions because I don't have my own equipment. So the apothecary is currently working on those. And I also got some pre-made potions.
Oh, how many potions is she making for you?
She's making 5 fire-breathing potions, 1 antitoxin potion.
So maybe a day's work? When are you picking them up?
We could
Was
check in
Probably
at
a
some
couple
point.
days now. Yes, she said it would take a week, and it's been a few days, so a
Oh, a whole week.
couple more days.
Okay.
Yeah.
So quite the effort to mix it by the sounds of it. Back in our time, that would probably have cost a week, an accomplished apothecary. I'm not sure the difficulty of the potion, but probably about maybe 20 or 30 gold at most. How much did you pay?
There's no way. There's no way.
A lot more than that.
Oh, really? How much?
It was 35 gold per. Plus what, 40 for the antitoxin? And that was a discount. Well, no, technically it was less than that.
We did
because
barter
got
it
the-
down a
we
little
got,
bit.
We got the dirty discount.
Thanks to Mendax. I was ready to pay 300, but we got it for about 215.
If you would have
250.
flirted with her, I think we could have got it down to 150.
My gosh, that still sounds awfully expensive.
That's why
Did you
we
provide
wanted-
all the ingredients?
No, some of them.
Okay, well, if there's labor and very rare ingredients, perhaps these are using some sort of incredibly expensive ingredients. Either that or the economy here is like gone absolutely mad. How much were they going to charge for these scrolls you were asking about?
Okay, so there's 4 scrolls. 3 of them were 50 gold apiece. And one of them is 225.
The 3 were door silencer, jumping potion, and quiet
It's not a
potion.
potion.
What?
It's not a potion. It's not a potion.
Isn't
Yeah,
a scroll
scrolls.
basically a potion on paper?
I mean,
It
it's a
100% is.
No, it definitely is.
Sorry, I'm not very good
What
at
is a
scrolls.
potion but a liquid scroll?
Yeah.
Honestly.
A completely different thing, but go ahead.
Did you say door silencer, by the way? What was that?
Yes, it silences doors. So you know how we say fuck doors? This is like shut the fuck up doors.
Or we sometimes pour oil from our little oil flasks on hinges. We've done that before as well.
Wow, that seems like the oil is probably the more cost-efficient method for making the doors not creak on that one.
I'm not going to lie, that was the one I was least interested in. Yes, one was
did
the
we see-
breathing underwater.
Oh yes.
Oh,
No, that was that was the other potion.
No,
was
underwater
the
breathing
actual
was one of the
potion.
ones for 50. I mean scroll.
No,
Sorry.
oh my God.
No, that was a potion.
No, it was.
It was a scroll.
Oh, okay, yes.
Was it a
no,
scroll?
No, it was a potion.
Was it the
It
pink
was.
potion?
It was a No, it was the. That was a potion for sure.
A potion
So it was
by
3
the
scrolls
other
and a
name.
potion.
It was 4 scrolls.
It was 4 scrolls, but at the apothecary, remember, she offered
There
us,
is an. Yes.
Yes, she
Thank you.
offered us 2 different levels of healing, plus breathing underwater, plus the ephemeral, incorporeal, sorry.
We didn't
potion.
buy those though.
We did not buy those because we're trying to get the flirt discount
Oh,
when we go back.
what if we went in
not
there and we told her that we found a way to do this cheaper, but with a scroll? Argue the price down, you know.
There we go.
Yeah.
I like the way you're thinking.
especially, weren't you also getting
You're
some?
all insufferable.
Weren't you getting poisons made as well? So like the poison scroll is like, hey, do you cast it on somebody, or do you have to get them to cast it on themselves? Like if you're poisoning their food with the potion.
We were thinking of
Just read this out
tapenade.
loud.
Yeah, we're making a tapenade of the mushrooms. And
Very
very
deadly
sneakily,
tapenade.
can I carry a tapenade while in incorporeal form? I would imagine
That would
the
be
stuff that you're
a
carrying goes
question-
with you.
Yeah, you're always
be a-
carrying everything that's on you normally.
Yes.
that would be a
Unless-
question for the apothecary person.
Yeah, but the potion didn't work out well. So what if this one, you go incorporeal, but you don't take any of your shit, and then 10 seconds later you're through a wall and you're naked, and you've got no weapons and no deadly tapenade.
That
No
would present an
tapenade.
issue.
If I had $1 every time I found myself naked
Without a
with tapenade,
tapenade.
It could happen to anyone.
without my deadly tapenade, I would be rich.
You laugh,
I'd
but I had
have
a
at
cousin who
least
got stuck with the
$7.50.
deadly tapenade.
Jeez Louise.
Oh, the fourth scroll, Nigel, was one that puts a golden light around you and it kills undead or something.
Oh,
yes, it kills
giant-
undead and
okay.
evil. Another one protected you from things that were holy, things that were good. So if, a really annoying hall monitor attacked us for breaking the rules, a curfew or something.
No, or a horse parking official.
Yes,
No.
that as well. If they attacked us,
and you.
they tried to give us a ticket that halves the amount of the ticket.
No. It doesn't.
I think you take half fines.
Nope.
Pretty sure.
No, that's not what happens.
Scroll will cut your legal fees in half. Scroll
And
allows
you
your
said-
character to speak a new language of your choice.
No.
Is this scroll merchant a cat? You said.
Yes.
Yes, it's like Stephen.
Oh, let's go meet him.
Yeah.
I'd love to meet him.
Steven.
I love Stephen.
Oh, be aware,
Steven.
he has a pillow, and he can talk, and he's not very impressed that you're impressed by that. So just keep that in mind.
Sounds
Very
just
cool.
like Steven. Not impressed easily at all. What's his name?
You're
Think.
I think that's a rather silly name.
Nigel.
we're above such comedy
Okay,
here.
so now we know for a fact that Nigel does have spawn because he just made the most dad joke of all time. Nigel definitely banged someone in the past, and he is
Be
a father.
careful. Be
Remember,
careful.
celibate by choice. I'm beating the ladies away with a stick with commentary like this.
I guess that would make you like a vocel instead of an incel.
Oh my lord.
Yes. A proud Vocel, thank you very much.
Good God.
He doesn't have pickup
Oh,
lines, he
so-
has drop-off lines. I'm just gonna drop this there, and they're just gonna walk away.
Oh my crap.
Well, let's go meet Fink then.
Yes, let's all go back.
Fink, we've returned with our wizard friend, and he's here to inspect your scrolls.
Hello. Welcome back.
Hello, Fink.
Hello.
Good to meet you. My name is Nigel.
Yes. You're here to look at the scrolls.
Yes, I hear you have quite a powerful turn undead spell on a scroll.
Is that what they told you? No, not turn undead. It will damage undead nearby after emitting a beam of radiant light. Quite different, I assure you.
Fantastic. And
But
these
yes.
other scrolls? How high does this jumping scroll allow you to jump?
Why don't you take a read yourself?
All right.
Normal purchasing restrictions apply. If you break it, activate it, you have bought it.
Of course.
So if you look at the scrolls, you can figure out that, yep, one of them cancels the sound of a door or a window. One of them gives you protection against good, which is +2 to your armor class, and saves. It counteracts mind control and keeps elementals at bay. That if they have to be good though. Doesn't do anything unless they're specifically good. The jump, you get a bonus on jump checks. You get advantage on it essentially. So 2d20 take the highest, and
Duration?
the just like one jump essentially.
okay.
Yeah. And then the last one, you can create 2 projectiles of light that deal 1d6 damage to anything or 2d6 damage against undead and evil. All of them are one use. You can only use them one. You as a wizard can actually spend extra money like on your own time and write them down in your spellbook and be able to permanently cast them. So there's that.
Oh, very cool. All right. So, okay, and that's the same for the AoE damage as well.
All of them.
Okay, wow.
Any ones that are illusion based, which I don't think any of none of these are, unfortunately, you would be able to do at half price, but there is like a gold per level like requirement cost of being able to transcribe it into your book. I'd have to look up the exact rates, but yeah, you can transcribe any spell even if you can't cast it. You can just kind of have it.
Cool. And they all look legitimate and everything, right? From what I
Yep.
can tell, all seems.
Yep.
These seem like quality products. Okay. I'm definitely interested in the AoE in this undead radiant light scroll here. So its price point is out of my range, though I simply cannot afford it. Are you able to do it for 150?
Do you have anything to trade?
I wouldn't wish to insult you, but I do have some rather peculiar items, which I can't assume that you'd be interested in, but you never know.
Well, by all means, let's take a look.
So this here is a rusty jar filled with toenails.
Okay. Are you starting out with the best one, or is that the worst?
Oh, just a random draw situation here.
Okay.
I have a syringe as well. Here we are, filled with brown fluid. Took this from a mutant rat that was self-medicating with these to give himself massive muscles and tried to kill us.
Okay, do you know what they do exactly?
Not exactly. I do know that there's some sort of experimental alchemical ingredients in there, and that it definitely massively and almost instantaneously expands muscle mass and strength to absolutely great effects, but it may also cause permanent mutation.
Not quite in my wheelhouse. Anything else?
I have a silver ring.
Is it magic?
No. Oh, actually,
Okay, no, you go ahead.
I do have a very prized possession, but I mean, this would be something that it would be hard for me to part with. And I pull out my hot elf ghost babe mirror.
Ah. It's a very shiny mirror. Looks like it's well worn. What does it do?
It only shows the reflections of women in it.
Look! And I'll just pick it up and I'll put my reflection in it so it would reflect at the cat.
Oh, yeah, and the cat doesn't show up either. Ah. Now that is odd. I would take that for... 30 gold?
A one-of-a-kind gilded magical mirror like that. 30 gold, Nigel. It's not
Insulting.
even... I wouldn't... I mean, just put it back in your pack, honestly.
Yes, I will. That's a ridiculous amount for such a
All
rare
right,
item.
all right. How much do you want for it? What's it worth to you? I don't know about one of a kind, but...
Have you seen one before? Because you, or any well-practiced magical, professional, can write more scrolls. But you've never seen one of these mirrors before. So I think that mirror's probably worth at least one, if not more of those scrolls. But the one should definitely be the fourth one. The farthest on the right. The Golden Light spell.
That's
We got there. We got there at the end there.
Nothing that I said was incorrect. It was for effect.
How about I give you the Mercury Light Scroll for 200, and I'll throw in 2 of the other scrolls with it.
The Mercury light being the beam of radiant light.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, the one you want. Yeah.
Mercury light is what we call that.
I don't know.
And 2 more for 200.
Which of the two
A
would...
steal, a bargain, I might add, and you've caught me in a very generous mood, I must say.
What are the
I shall
two
be
that we
paying for
would
this
take?
tomorrow.
So the other 3 are literally just 2 projectiles of light, a door silencer, and a jump advantage, right?
No. The light one is the expensive one. That's the one that does damage.
One's 225, yes.
That one's 225.
It's the
other one
resistance
is-
against good people.
Resistance against good, or not. Well, technically not resistance, but
Oh,
protection
right.
against good,
Well,
extra jump, and then this silent
Mr.
portal.
Mr. Fink,
Yes.
would you take gemstones in lieu of gold?
I could be persuaded.
Okay, then I'm going to reach into my pack because I have a pair of bejeweled shoes that were completely covered in gemstones.
Wow.
I'm not
Now
telling
those-
him that. I'm not telling him that. I'm going to pull some gemstones.
Oh, you're gonna pop one off? Okay. I see.
Are you kidding me? These are covered in gemstones. There's no way. Like, they're definitely worth more than this. So I'm going to pop a few gemstones off.
How much, as a thief, as a rogue, you are able to sort of have an understanding, maybe not a pin perfect knowledge of exactly how much they're worth, but you can have a rough estimate. How much are you trying to pull off?
I'm trying to pull off enough for the lot. So
So 200. You want 200 gold worth of gems off of.
no, I want
the
more
shoe.
than that because I don't want Nigel to sell the mirror.
Oh, okay. So you. Okay, I see. Okay. So the mirror was a part of the deal for 200 plus the 2 scrolls. If you're not doing that and you just want to outright buy it, that will change things a little bit. It would be probably 300 gold.
For
Well,
everything.
yeah. So essentially, he would discount it by like 25 gold.
Yes, we get like the bulk
Yeah.
discount.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not much, but
Yes, that I would like to see about pulling 300 gold's worth of gemstones off of these shoes.
okay. Yeah, it will probably clear out about 75% of one of the shoes.
Okay.
They're not like littered with super expensive and incredible quality gems.
Right.
But yeah, if you're gonna like pry them off or whatever, like however you're doing it, yeah, he'll take a look at them. You don't mind if I examine these, of course.
Fair is fair.
Okay, and he'll hop up to his pillow, and which there's a little curtain behind it. He'll go into his little caravan, and he comes back out, and he actually has like a jeweler, like an eye thing to take a look at the quality. But it's a little modified, so it just sits on top of whatever it is he's looking at. And he looks through and kind of picks it up with his mouth and moves it over to each one. Yes, I think this would work. These gems for the 3 scrolls. Yes?
Those gems for the 4 scrolls.
You do try to push a harder bargain.
Whoop.
I don't think I could let 4 scrolls go for this amount.
Okay, then I would say
And this isn't including my mirror, right?
No.
not including the mirror, keeping the mirror.
Okay.
I sometimes want to check and see how I look.
It's a cool mirror.
It's the only mirror
I
you've
love-
ever happened upon.
I like that mirror. So I just want it to still keep here. And I haven't done shit with these shoes. So I don't think I'm going to be doing much, glittery dancing in this world. So the Mercury light potion.
Scroll.
Scroll. Damn it. I've got the itis.
That's my bad.
I've got the itis. Oh.
Yeah.
The scroll. Mercury light scroll.
Okay.
The
jump.
protection. The jump scroll.
Okay.
And I think, do you guys think the protection against good or the doors? Because we have oil for door hinges.
If we already have oil, we could just use that. It would take a little bit more time. Yeah, protection from good. If we ever run into the authorities or something.
The police tried to punch us in the face.
Yeah.
Okay.
A local sheriff.
Yeah.
Okay. Nigel, do you agree?
Yeah, I think it's all right. Everything seems to be expensive, but scrolls have always been expensive, so.
And then you can still but if I pop off a few more gems, we could get the last scroll as well. And then you could have that spell forever.
I could, however, I would need it in my spell book anyway, and my spell book is unless because none of these would be cantrips, right?
The silent portal one would.
Oh, so the door
Okay.
one would be a cantrip.
The door one would be a cantrip.
That might be
Okay,
a better one to get then if we're only going to get 3.
that is more useful.
The-
Because if
the
that was a
protect-
spell, I
yeah.
was like, I would never have that in my spell book. Literally ever. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to make
Never
doors
use.
quieter. Like that seems like a valuable use of a slot.
He'll say, tell you what. I'll make a special deal. I'll give you all 4 scrolls for these gems and a lock of your hair.
Who is he talking to? Me?
Yep.
Oh, that's seriously creepy, dude. What do you want her hair for?
And where do you want it from? You haven't seen
Your
my
he-
back.
Your head.
You want some feathers?
No.
This, bro.
No, thank you.
It's nice plumage. Yeah.
I mean, I don't really have a problem with this. I'm assuming that the hair can. Does tiefling hair have properties that I've never known about? Could I have been trading my hair for drinks this whole time?
Yeah, could we be like making fire potions out of your hair or something?
Yeah.
That could be kind of cool.
I mean,
I feel like Khaal should know this if any of us does. He's the one who's obsessed with potions.
Why would I be a hair
I mean,
expert?
there is most certainly, Nigel, you would know this for sure. There is most certainly magic that requires something of that person. The more tied to that person it is, like hair or fingernails or something like that, the stronger the effect would be. There are spells that will let you locate people. There is even tell of spells that will let you like remotely kill people. I mean, it's certainly not like the craziest. Like, it would be very, very, very. It's almost unheard of to see those spells done, but certainly, yeah, they exist, and you know that.
Yes, yeah, I think you're not going to make a mummet out of it, are you? You're not going to make a little hair doll and then stick like pins into it or anything weird like that?
I would never do such a thing.
what do you use it for?
If you're capable of making these scrolls, you probably do have enough ability to maybe do things, or at least a simple locator spell.
Listen, I just figured I'd try to make it easier deal for you. If you just want the 3 scrolls, by all means, please just take them.
Just remember, Mendax, it's up to you, really. I mean, he seems like a good enough, I was going to say chap, but cat. Up to you, but yeah, just keep in mind he probably will be able to track you down if he needs to, and could do some other manner of odd curses with it. But if you trust him, then...
What if I just give you, let's say, 325 gold's worth of gems for all 4?
So like the rest of the first shoe?
Possibly.
Give me a persuasion.
Oh,
With disadvantage.
no! The cat really likes me.
The cat doesn't really like anybody.
He loves me.
No, he doesn't.
Should have given him some milk or something first.
Okay, I got a 12 plus 8, because persuasion I have plus 8.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a 7 plus 8. So
Okay, so 15 total, which is not bad. He'll say, I will go as far down as 340.
Wait, that's more.
Yes, as in he's saying he'll bring his price as far
Gotcha.
down as 340.
Gotcha.
Yes, you do understand how haggling works, I assume.
Well, normal haggling. But I thought you were going to do it for 300 and some hair. So going up to 40
Well.
seems a bit.
Apparently the hair was worth about 40 gold.
I should have been selling my hair this whole time. Okay, gems it is. For all 4 scrolls.
Okay. So you'll essentially break off the rest of the gems from that shoe, and then just a bit from the other one.
Cool.
He'll do the same thing. He'll inspect the gems. They look good to him, and he will start to pick them up in his mouth and bring them inside of his little caravan. Good doing business with you.
Oh, but before we go, just a simple question. How do you write the scrolls?
None of your business.
Whoa.
Fair enough. Mage hand, right?
I'll never tell my secrets.
Okay.
Totally mage hand. Sounds like someone who didn't want
Definitely
people to know.
mage hand.
Yeah.
Definitely mage hand.
And OP.
Mage hand doesn't do that, but all right.
Maybe mage paw
Can't
does.
you write with a mage hand?
I'm sure.
It's
I
meant to
would.
be
I'm
pretty
sure if
simple
you tried
tasks.
to write with it, I would let you do it. Yeah.
I mean, it might look like the demented crayon scratching of a 4-year-old, but
Like serial killer handwriting.
Anything else I could interest you in?
Do you have anything else?
I do.
What
Maybe
else
there's,
you
like-
got, Mr. Fink?
He has random ink pens. He's got candles. He's got some paper that you can write stuff with. And he says he can also identify magical items if you need.
Oh. Give him the eye.
Oh, do you think he could do more than Nigel?
I don't know.
Ooh.
yeah.
Wait,
I've cast a regular ritual of identification on this, and I know it's a cursed object, but I can't derive the nature of said curse. Do you have any more advanced form of identification you can offer?
Well, I certainly don't know if I will be able to figure out more than you have, but if you give me a few days, I could maybe spend a bit longer than you did trying to discern what the properties of this disgusting eye. You're sure this is magic?
It's
Because-
definitely carrying a curse.
It's gross magic. It's an unknown skill.
Well, gold is gold. It would cost about 100 gold, though, which I don't know if you're up for that.
does that guarantee a result? Or would it be 100 gold if you could
It guarantees that I would try. I am quite good, though, if I say so myself.
I don't know, guys. what do you think?
And I will just put this offer back out
You're
there
not
again.
getting my hair.
50
Fink.
gold and some hair, and it's a done deal.
Nope. Hair's going to stay right where it is,
All
because
right.
otherwise, what will Nigel burn off with his fireballs?
That's true.
Yeah. It's part of
Oh,
our
I
team
do see
morale.
you're- I do see you're balding, actually. Never mind.
Okay. Wow. Rude.
You need that more than I do.
I don't know. I was going to say a little mangy yourself, but life
He
on
looks
the road.
fabulous. He looks really
I know,
good.
I know. I'm just saying that to be a bitch now. He probably has like
Yeah.
velveteen black hair.
Yeah, it's perfect. You got it
Perfect.
exactly right. Exactly. 100 gold, I'll take a look at this eye and see if I can't discern its hidden properties for you.
I gotta say, I mean, since you're paying for all the scrolls, I can pay for this Mendax, since I'd rather, you not digest any things without knowing what it's going to do first.
We just went halvesies on it. I'd feel bad you're paying 100 gold for this, so we can each go halvesies.
But you paid for scrolls with all your gems.
Yeah,
So he hasn't paid for anything yet.
I haven't paid for anything yet, so.
But I'm pretty sure I still have more gold than... I probably have the most gold in the
You
party. I
most
just
certainly
don't like
do.
spending it on this because I know how much I drink.
Well, I'll pay for all of this for now anyway, and you can spot me if needed.
Fair.
I'll pay, of course, on us getting the item back, but yeah, the eyeball back.
Half now, half then.
All right, sure thing.
Fair enough. He'll take the 50, put that in there, and he'll say, just, yeah, here, hold on. He'll go back into the caravan. You can hear a little bit of rustling around. They'll come out with, like, a little flask. Just put the eye in here, how about? Lovely. A few days.
All right. Thank
Very
you so
good.
much, Mr. Fink.
We appreciate your business, sire.
Absolutely. Let me know if you need anything else.
Very
And
good.
he'll jump up back on. He'll put the eye in the caravan, and we'll jump back on his pillow.
It's crazy we learned that Mendax's hair is magical, but feathers are not.
He certainly did not say it was magic.
It's just
So feathers could be magic.
They could be. Yours aren't, but
No.
I mean, you could enchant a feather to do
Yet.
something. I guess.
I'm going to say he did creep me out just a bit with the hair thing, you guys.
He was very
like I
nice.
I feel like I should be wearing a hat when we go to pick up the eyeball.
What if he just thought you had particularly luxurious hair and he wanted to admire it?
Well, that would be a lie because half of it's singed off.
Well, it's still good quality.
It was quite nice. It was quite lustrous and coppery before.
It'll grow back. Don't you worry.
It better.
I mean, your hair would have already started growing back by now. Certainly, it looks patchy and kind of weird right now. You're in the awkward phase of, you kind of have the bob cut, if you will. Yeah. Okay. You guys want to head to the other shops, or are you good on those? I should make more shops. You guys are dumping gold everywhere you go.
So, I just wanted to get some the ingredients for the quiche. It should be simple, just normal food. Doesn't need to
Okay.
be magic.
That would be the convenience store, the trade store.
Yeah.
Everybody going there, or just Khaal?
I'll follow along.
I'll go with him. I've got pretty good weapons now. If they said they didn't have much in the way anyway, so I don't really need to go to the blacksmith. But maybe after. Let's go to the store, get the quiche ingredients.
Okay.
Let's go
Head to
haggle
the
some more.
You head to the store. It is all sorts of different sort of general supplies there. There's different kinds of ration type food. There's different sort of supplies, things that you might need to fix things around your house. Different sort of basic equipments, shovels, axes. Nothing like super, crazy, but just a very generalist store. There's things for tents, all sorts of different things. But there was also some very basic food ingredients, eggs, some flour, stuff like that too. Behind the counter, so it's a very bland, basic store. There's just sort of shelves on the walls that have these ingredients with simple little signs depicting the prices of each of them. It looks like as close to essentially a 7-Eleven as you can get. Behind the counter is somebody who hasn't looked up at you when you walk in and is just reading a book.
Hello, good sir, or ma'am. We are here to browse your wares. My name is Khaal the Kinku. I'm a birdbarian. I'm joined by my comrades, Mendex and Nigel.
And you'll hear a little bit of a whiny voice from behind the counter. Welcome to the store.
So, I had this quiche recipe here, and I just needed to get some food items so that I could cook this up.
Yep, knock yourself out.
I'll just help myself then. Also, do you purchase goods if we were to offer to sell things to you?
And he'll kind of just make a pointing with his hand and point to a sign that says no purchases from strangers and travelers.
Oh.
Sorry.
Strangers, everyone here knows who we are.
And he'll kind of move the book down a little bit just to see you. Well, I suppose we could probably purchase from you. And you see it's like a acne teenager behind the counter.
Let me just see what I have here. Browsing my own wares. I have a cloak of greater grossness. I think it was just a sloppy cloak that I found at some point.
I have no clue what that is.
Yeah, I think it's a shitty cloak that I found.
I think it's just probably a disgusting cloak you picked up
I
somewhere.
like to grab it and just like flick it a few times just to get the gross off a little bit, and then show it to him. I have this cloak here.
You just kind of splatter all that disgustingness all over the store. Oh, God.
That's what I didn't go for this.
You could pay me to throw that away for you if you want.
So for 10 gold to throw this away.
Sure.
Wait, he's paying me or I'm paying him?
No, he said you can pay him to throw it away for you. If you
No,
want.
I'll keep it, thank you. Okay,
Great. Is there anything you need?
I'll just get the eggs. I'll get the eggs and
Okay.
the milk and the other various quiche recipe ingredients.
Yeah,
Also, I have this
It's like,
tarnished silver ring here.
why are you trying to sell it to this guy? None of the other people. It's this guy. Okay. All right.
I have this silver ring here.
No thanks.
Okay. I'll just get my quiche ingredients and go.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. I gotta clean the store now.
Sorry about the mess.
Do you have any ale here?
No ale, ma'am. You can get that at the tavern.
What's your name?
He points to a little, like name tag on his chest. It says Ted.
Excellent to meet you, Ted. I think
Yeah.
probably just the quiche ingredients would be wonderful.
And I put them on the counter.
Okay. I mean, it's like what, a couple eggs, a bit of milk, and some flour, something.
Some
Are
veggies,
you making like
I'm assuming.
industrial size quiche, or is this a normal?
Just like enough that we could all have some and there'll be some to share.
Yeah,
with others.
sure. He'll say 3 gold pieces, please.
I'll give him three gold. Thank you,
Would
sir.
you like a receipt with that?
No documentation required. Appreciate it.
Thanks for stopping by.
Appreciate it, Ted. We'll be off then.
Yeah. He puts it in like a little safe deposit kind of thing and walks behind the counter, and he walks out with like a broom and a little mop. And he starts sweeping the store.
I'll turn back and I'll fling another gold coin at him for the mess. Sorry about
you
the
hit
mess.
him. You hit him on the side of the head, and it clatters on the ground. Oh, jeez. Thanks. Yeah, great. He picks it up and he just puts it in his pocket.
Excellent.
Okay, that's the convenience store.
What a good establishment.
It's an excellent Ted. Superb.
Can you imagine the
business owner.
insanity of doing that in any place? Just like kicking up all the mud off of your boot or jacket. That is a crazy thing to do, sir. Okay. Are you guys looking at the blacksmith, or are you skipping?
Oh, well, we're here. We might as well, just in case. I mean, does anyone need a weapon sharpened?
I have a poisonous short sword we could pawn.
Okay.
It would be good to see their wares as well.
Yes, why not?
I won't try
Okay.
to sell the cloak to him. Or her.
Yeah, probably not the cloak.
No.
Take the grossness off of the cloak part.
Okay.
That's now in the convenience store.
I'll just say it's a cloak then.
Okay, you guys head over to the last store that you haven't checked out quite yet. And it is the Blacksmith's. As you enter, or it's kind of a more of an open format. It's not really enclosed anywhere. It looks like this was probably built maybe a bit newer. But you see that there is a single dwarf that is sort of working some iron or something like that, hammering, kind of heating it back up, trying to, looks like basically smith it out to be like a horseshoe, probably. And you look around the store, and that's really like, he sells like things that a village would need. Horseshoes, fencing things, shovels, spades, any sort of metal material. He doesn't have like fucking greater swords of flaming and things like that for sale. He has like sickle. He does have a few kits that are hanging on the wall. Maybe some more like curated items that he's put together in like a bundle, things like that. As you walk up, he sort of wipes the sweat off of his brow. You can see he's actually missing a few fingers, and he's got some gold. They're almost like golden silver fingers that are put there instead. And one of his legs is missing as well. And there is like a makeshift crude metal almost peg. And he says, welcome. Been meaning to give my thanks to you three for going out there, saving our people from those fucking raiders, and also bringing back our rations.
It is good to help the
Our
people of
food.
Hope's End. My name is Khaal, the Kenku. I'm a birdbarian, and I'm joined by my comrades Mendax and Nigel. We're here to browse your wares.
It's great to meet you. I don't know what I could really do for you, but my name is Antoine, and I would be happy to help as much as I can.
Those kits there, what have you got in all those?
Just trying something new to see if I can't provide some sales more when travelers stop by. Sort of different kits I've tried to put together through sold items that I've accumulated and other things I've made. We've got a few. You can take a look if you like. And you can see that one of them is labeled as a tracker's kit. One of them is labeled as a disguise kit. And one of them is labeled as a diver's kit.
What's in the disguise kit?
Yes, that's the most interesting one.
Yeah. He'll kind of grab like a little like hook device that he's made because it's high up on the shelf. He'll bring it down. He pops it down on the table, opens it up for you to take a look. All sorts of different sort of things. There's it's honestly, it actually doesn't even say, but there's just a whole bunch of things in there to make you look like another person or to help you blend into a crowd. Different kind of simple clothes that would be in there, different kind of makeups, things like that. Some wigs. You can even try and resemble some. He has some like. He's like excited about this one. Like, oh, I made this one myself. So right, you've got here's some lady folks clothes in case you want to look like a lady, and then here's some men folks clothes in case you want to look like a man, and then here's some black hair in case he needs to have black hair, and then here's also some red hair in case you need to have red hair, and then here's some creams and makeups and things like that. I don't really know how that's done, but I got some help from some other folk that came into town, and they look pretty good to me. Also, I made this myself, and he's got like little like almost sheets of paper that have like rocks glued to them. This you can disguise yourself as like a boulder. And then there's another one. He has some twigs and branches and leaves in there. This is in case you need to look like a tree.
This is awesome.
I think it's pretty good. Yeah, thank you.
How many disguise kits do you have?
Just the one.
One disguise kit.
Yes, sir.
What would it go for?
Normally I'd sell it 50 gold, but seeming as you helped our town out so much, I let it go for 35. And that's basically cost for me. Got to try to make a living, hope you understand. Would love to give it away for free, but trying times.
Probably go 35 on that.
Seems fair.
Don't you? I'm just gonna mention this. Don't you have one of these?
I'm pretty sure
You
I have.
you
a
do for
disguise
sure.
kit,
You
yes.
absolutely do. Yeah. Okay. Just checking.
Just go for a second one.
Yep. You never know when you might need two. And he's got the boulder add-on. So you know who knows if your other one had that.
And a tree add-on.
And a tree edition.
Well, what's in the? You said a diver's kit, and what was the other kit? A tracker's kit.
Yeah. We've got the diver's kit and then the tracker's kit. Yes.
So what's in those?
Right, so this is quite a good one. This is a bit more expensive, I'll be very honest with you. This one goes for about 600 gold, and I know that's a lot, but look what's inside. So first of all, you've got your climber's kit. It's a whole kit within a kit. It's like a kitception. So in case you need to start climbing things, you've got a kit for that. You've also got a freaking magical potion in here. That's right. It's an elixir of swimming in case you need to swim real good for a certain amount of time. I had Findale help me out with that one. It costs a lot. There's also, look at this, it's a torch. But it's just a normal torch? No. This is an ever-burning torch, which means it burns forever. Until you put it out, in which case it does not burn at that point, but you can relight it later if you really want to. This is a book I made myself. I call it a footprint book. I went around and I drew a bunch of different footprints that I found in the world, and I put little names under them so you can compare a footprint you've seen, and if I've seen it and put it in this book, you'll know what kind of footprint it is. There you go. This is the footprint book. There's also, what don't you get in here, really? It's a shorter list, I might say. There's a grappling hook, which I bet I could have just put that in the climber's kit, but it's not in there, because it's on the outside. And there's also a hammer. You've got some spikes, because, I thought that might be useful. There's also a few bags, like sacks, here you go, in 100 feet of silk rope. Not just your normal hempen garbage. No, this is silk.
What are the benefits of silk rope over hempen rope?
It's a stronger rope, and it feels nicer.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Can you get silk burn if you slide down it?
Yeah.
Is it worse than rope burn or not as bad?
I would say not as bad, but I can't feel burns, so I don't really know.
Fair call.
I have a bit of hempen rope if you want to try.
You don't need to rope burn
Just
yourself
to
to prove a
compare.
point.
Yeah, if you want to compare.
Somebody put on a pair of shorts and slide down these ropes.
Well, I would like to just hold it and, pull it to see if it's strong.
It is.
And the rope that I have, it's 50 foot. So this is 100. That's twice as long.
Yep, and it's made of a better material.
That's a very good item. Well, I don't have enough gold for this kit, but it does seem like it's very good.
The other kit I have is a diver's kit, in case you need to go diving. You don't want to be caught in a dive without this kit, let me tell you right now. In case there's ever any sunken ruins, or flooded temples, or anything like that. It's got this nice leather pouch that you can keep air in and kind of breathe out of, like a straw kind of situation. It's got a buoy as well, so you don't get lost, and you can people know where you're at. You've got 30 feet of chains. It's good chains. I made these chains myself, in case you need to, because rope doesn't do so good in water. So you gotta have metal rope, and that's chain. You also have a fishing net, in case you encounter any fishes and you want to net them. Here's a glass bottle, in case you're lost and you want to write a note and put it in there, and then hopefully somebody finds it in a few hundred years and then finds your corpse. Here's a bunch of soap in here, because I figured if you're in the water, might as well have some soap. 2 birds, 1 stone. You've got 3. These are cool. These are called sun rods. They're like a torch, but they work under the water. They're like glow sticks. Be careful with them, because once you activate them, they only last 1 time, and then they're done. Here's a bag that's waterproof, so you can bring things down and your bag won't get destroyed. And here's a lantern that is also waterproof. I made this myself too, and some complimentary oil.
How much for that one? For that kit?
It's 120 gold.
I feel like that's not too bad. I mean, Carl, I might end up going for the diver's kit if you want the disguise kit or something, since I already have one.
The disguise
I don't-
kit was 30 something?
35.
50, but 35 for you.
35 is a Wayfarers discount.
That's a Wayfarers discount.
Sold.
I like that name.
I'll get a disguise
All right,
kit.
here you go. All right, 35 gold to me, disguise kit to you. You
Very
know,
good.
next time you come by, I might not know it's you, so, remind me. In case you look like a tree.
I'll let you know if I have a disguise on when I enter your shop.
Yes.
He'll be the talking tree.
Nice.
Okay. Well, I have 120 for the diver's kit. Would you knock some off if I gave you a bit of bronze chain?
Let me take a look at the bronze, if you don't mind.
For sure. Give him that.
How much chain are you giving him? Like,
I've no-
are you
I've-
offering to give him?
I think just the whole thing. I think it's like a small little.
Oh, it's
bronze
not much.
chain.
Okay, yeah,
no,
sure.
it's like a necklace. I think more.
Oh,
This is how
okay.
I mean, it's not a necklace. It was definitely just some bronze chain, but I don't think it's much.
Yeah, he kind of bites it a little bit and
Mm-hmm.
tastes the metal. He goes, that is definitely bronze. I am sorry to say it is pretty terrible quality. I could knock off like 5 gold for that. It's not much. I'm sorry. If it was diamond or something, I would knock off a lot.
That's fair enough, but 5 gold is still 5 gold. So. You
All
can
right.
Have that.
Great. Got myself a
And-
bronze chain. Look at me go. Didn't have a bronze chain this morning, got a bronze chain now.
I also have a rapier.
Okay.
It's a plain rapier. Sturdy.
Interesting.
Good metal. I know you don't have many weapons around here, and I bet you've probably had people come in looking for some before, and I bet they wish they would have had a nice rapier when the bandits came through.
It is kind of true. Let's see. I'll take a look if you don't mind.
Sure.
Is this like your original rapier from the beginning of the game?
No, that one was thrown into lava by Khaal.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, this is the shitty rapier I got from was it? I don't remember which dungeon it was, but we were going through. Was it the one with
It was
the
just like off a bandit or something, wasn't it?
yeah, something like that? Yeah,
You've been using a bandit rapier the whole time.
I've been using a shitty little bandit rapier the whole time, but now I've got my snazzy golden fire rapier, so I don't need this one anymore.
Okay.
This
You guys-
one
Yep.
is the rapier
Uh-huh.
that stabbed the bandit king and killed him.
Wow. That's kind of gross, but okay, cool.
I think that's a bit of history for you. Makes it.
little
I mean,
bit.
it's seen action and it's been well bled.
The Kingslayer.
That's what it is. You could charge a pretty penny for that.
Neato. I don't really have a whole lot of use for weapons. I could give you maybe 20 gold for it. I mean, it's quite shit. Let's be real. It's not
That's
very...
fair. No, it's very
not
fair.
good.
I was hoping the illustrious deeds that were done, utilizing it, upped it a bit to the 20. I think the 20 is
I mean, I might be able to say... I'll do 25. I'll do
Perfect.
25. I might be able to upsell it a bit. It killed a king. Oh, look at this. The Kingslayer. If you tell people that I have this and you call it the Kingslayer, then I'll do the 5 gold additional.
deal. I'm going to get drunk at the tavern probably every
Great.
night this week. I'll rave
Perfect.
about it. It's what I had in the
Fantastic.
past as well too. It didn't just kill that king. It's killed a lot of people.
It's a regular murder sword.
It definitely.
It is very
My
short.
murder
This-
stick.
It's a stick of death.
Okay, so we're knocking 30 off, so that takes it down to 90 gold for the divers.
Yep. Sounds
Let's
good.
Do it.
All right. Here you go. Diver's kit for you. 90 gold for Antoine. Thank you.
Antoine, if this isn't too personal, I feel like we've got a good rapport here.
Uh-huh.
You know, you'd know I have to ask about the leg.
Yeah. A lot of people do, to be
I
honest
figured
with you.
probably. You don't have to
Wish
tell
I-
me if you don't want to, but
It's all good. Wish I had a good story for it. Born without a leg. So there you go.
born without a leg.
Didn't have a leg. One leg missing, one leg here. How funny is that? Not that funny, but you know,
You know what
positive
it means?
outlook on life and such.
You know what
Are you,
that means?
are you a twin?
I do have a brother.
Did he eat it?
I always suspected he did, but I don't think so.
Is he a bit of a chonker?
He bit is, he is. Bit of a big lad.
All that means is that it takes everybody else one extra leg to match up to how awesome you are with just one.
That is a true statement there. I am pretty great.
Keep it up, sir.
You
All
too. Thanks again for saving the town and all that business.
Did we buy the expensive one, or did we decide not to?
You did not. This one will still be here if you want to buy it later.
Okay, I'm going to put diving kit in my equipment.
Okay?
I might need to get a listing of everything that's in there. I remember a lot of it. I
Sure.
remember like the underwater flares, the underwater lantern, the watertight bag, the fishing net, the chains, the soap,
I'll just,
the buoy.
I will
think it's a
post it in
reed.
our chat just for you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
We call that one a boy where I'm from. A
Boy.
boy. Little floating boy.
Okay, there you go. All right.
He flasks of oil. Oh, I remembered quite a lot of it. Okay. Perfect.
Okay. Alrighty. So you guys have those kits now. Anything else you'd like to do, or would you like for the week to kind of just play out? You retrieve your things and move on to the next event.
Did we want to go make the quiche? Maybe use the tavern's kitchen? Share the quiche with some people while we drink?
Cam?
Sure. I don't know if it needs to
All
be role-played the actual crafting of
yeah.
the quiche, but
Yeah, we
Oh, you know it
Yeah.
absolutely does.
oh.
Most assuredly.
Uh-oh.
Okay, you head to the tavern. It's a, person behind the counter. Welcome back. Another round of ales for our heroes.
Huzzah!
First round on the house, as always.
Wonderful.
Cheers.
He knows if he gives you all one free beer, you'll spend, way more money than
Oh.
if he doesn't, so.
Easy.
Yep, let me fill them up for you right now. Here you go. And he just... Bah. Enjoy.
Cheers all around.
Hell.
Okay, yeah, how do you want to go about this quiche making?
What was the bartender's name?
His name is Davin.
Mr. Davin, we're the Wayfarers
Yes.
and we have a problem. I have a quiche
Okay.
recipe, and I have the quiche ingredients. However, what I do not have is a kitchen or a place to cook, because we just traveled
Okay.
through time to get here.
All right.
So is that possible? Could we make it in there, or could someone make it for us?
I don't normally let people in the back, especially not near the cook. But I think we can make an exception this one time. Provided I get a sample this mysterious quiche, whatever that is.
Of course.
Feel free.
We'll make a potion for you.
Thank you.
We'll just go around to the...
Yeah, you'll go around to the back. It is a normal looking kitchen. It looks like they're kind of just prepping food for anticipating people to arrive later on in the night to actually eat and drink and such.
I'm a little bit...
They look at you a little weird, But Davin will head back, explain what's going on, and they'll just kind of, okay, whatever.
In a brief moment, I have a flash of the violence and combat that I've experienced in kitchens, remembering when I was just trying to dance along with the cooks and just being prepared for whatever happens here.
Okay. Everyone in there looks fairly normal.
Hello, good cooks. My name is Khaal, and we were given permission to ask you about crafting a quiche in here. I have a recipe and I have all the ingredients.
A particularly short individual, a gnome, will come up to you. You think you can just cook in my kitchen?
Not necessarily. We were open to the idea of you cooking.
Devin says you can cook in here, eh?
Well, he said that we could come talk to you.
Oh, he says you could come talk to me because I am not busy making food for everybody in the village.
Sorry, we could show up at a different time when you weren't so slammed.
Oh, no. If Davin says you come and cook in the kitchen, you come cook in the kitchen. Hey, you want me to cut something up for you? I help you?
Sure, we could work together on this. If you feel like that would expedite the process.
He just throws his towel at you, and he just starts, cannot believe Davin do this to me again.
I was
Letting some random strangers come into my kitchen and cook. Ridiculous. How am I supposed to work on these conditions?
You could take the time that you need. We're not in a particular rush to get this quiche done.
If you want to cook in my kitchen, you cook in my kitchen. I am not helping you, I am busy.
Very good. Sorry to be in the way, but we appreciate the use of your kitchen facilities for this time.
Yes. You go and cook your homemade quiche poo-poo, whatever.
You don't want us to save any for you?
No, I am fine.
Not even just a little bite? Little slice?
And he'll just ignore you at this point.
Wow. They have quite the cook here. I'll put the ingredients down on the table and proceed to kind of organize everything.
All right. Give me a intelligence check.
Intelligence. It's not a saving throw, it's a check. I have +2 to intelligence rolls.
Okay, go do it.
3 + 2 is 5.
Okay, you break the eggs in first, and there's a bunch of shells in there. Give me another one.
16 + 2 is 18.
You are able to get the appropriate amount of flour in there, so that's good. Give me another one.
5 + 2 is 7.
You mix it, but it's quite clumpy. It doesn't really look like it's mixed all that well, but to you, it looks pretty good. Give me another one.
11 + 2 is 13.
Okay, you throw it in the oven. You probably keep it in there a little over what it should be. It comes out, there's a couple of black spots on it, but nothing you can't just scrape off.
Oh. Excellent.
Your quiche is done.
Well, if anyone wants some quiche, it needs to cool for a little bit, but then you could try some. I'll slice it up.
You slice it up, you head back to the front of the tavern. You each have a little fork, basically. And are you each going to go for a bite?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Definitely got to try this quiche.
Nigel going for a bite as well?
I will not be left out of this.
Okay. Davin also goes for one. You each bring the fork up to your mouth, take a bite, and we're just going to have to find out how it is next time, unfortunately, because I think we're out of time for today.
Oh!
It's giving me food poisoning. What'd you put in here?
Wash your hands before cooking! We're all dead!
He
There's a feather in it. There's a feather feather in it. Ah!
Did Khaal grate up the eye that was cursed in the quiche and surprise everyone with the sudden magic?
Have to wait and find out next time. Fantastic. Very happy to be back. I couldn't figure out what a good cliffhanger would be. I figured the quiche would just have to do.
That's perfect.
Well played. Well, good work, everyone. We made it through multiple laughing fits for another successful episode in town of Wayfarers. Stay safe, everyone, and remember, quiche is delicious.
See you next time.